Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Dragon Age Call of the Qun. I am your host, Cole Wolfrun. These are my lovely players. Some of them got nice and fancy for the party. Others were like me, and we were like it. And also, we got some full-on cosplay going on over there with Parker cosplaying Mira. First full character cosplay. Which I know for some... They do not. So. I've tried elf ears with my headphones. They don't work, but... Which, to be fair, for some of you, probably pretty hard to cosplay your characters because they're a different gender than you, or they're, like, a dwarf.
I need a fake beard.
A fake beard? Here.
A fake beard and longer hair.
Somebody just find a way to digitally make it look like... Gabby. Make it look like Gabby. No, make it look like Gabby just has my beard the whole session.
Mm-hmm. Zoom.
Yeah.
Alright, so last we left off, our party was in Minrathous. They were in the stay of Magister Dorian Pavus of House Pavus. And they also met Solus, the Dreadwolf Fen'Harel, and Tranquil Felasan. Bambi learned that he no longer has to try to kill Amaris because Valerius Deriva killed Amaris' father, and the Crows and the Magisterium worked out a deal for none of that to keep happening. And Dorian told everyone there's a big party with the foreign dignitaries coming the next night, so everyone needs to get nice and ready. We're going to say a little bit of time has passed. Everyone's, like, gotten their nice clothes. I feel like for Mira and Ellie, they're trying to give you big, fancy, elegant, like to winter dresses. And I don't...
It's just freaking Dalish Elf-Made Cafe over here in Minrathous. It's just... it's fine. This doesn't feel subjugating at all.
Ulrich got a nice suit with a bow tie.
I look ridiculous.
It's so funny that you actually wore a bow tie, Gabby, because I was going to have Ulrich have a bow tie regardless, and now it's perfect. Narcisse...
bow tie or necktie, and I'm so glad I went with bow tie.
We're gonna start with Narcisse, as he's sitting there looking at all this Tevinter attire, just like, none of it just hitting your fancy, and then you hear, "Oh, Narcisse, Narcisse, what would you do without me, my little boy?" And you turn and see your, head of your family, Thea Cantori, walk in, and Dorothea Cantori, she goes, "Oh no," and she gives you a kiss on both cheeks, and she goes, "How are you, my little one?"
Hey, it's so lovely to see you again. You know, I'm doing well. How are things with you and Viago? You know, if he's annoying you, I could kill him.
Oh, no. We are fine. We both came because we weren't sure of Lord Pavus' tastes. Turns out he prefers Viago to me, which I do not blame him. I also prefer Viago to me. Your camera's not frozen, do you?
Oh my god, it's frozen for me.
It's not for us.
Hey.
For us.
But, and she just goes, "I brought you a little something," and she brings you a nice House Cantori suit with a little purple rose to put in the pocket.
Oh, Thea, you are too kind to me.
She gives you she goes, "We may not be killing these magisters, but I want you to report anything you see at this party. Viago and I are heading back. We're heading back. Rumors of the Antam circling Treviso have been heard. We are heading back now."
Alright, I will be sure to let you know. Do give Lucanus my love, huh?
Lucanus is busy in Virantium as always. We do not kill magisters, but the Venatori are still at large.
Venatori... They have no goal. Why do we bother? They're just searching for whoever the most evil person they can find is.
That's why we kill them. But also, we have a new contract for you. And she turns, he's like, "And here is your new... well, let's just say here is our buyer." And you see a man walk in with big fur around his shoulders, wearing plate armor with a red suit. He goes, "Hello, I am Commander Cullen of the Inquisition. And we
Buongiorno.
Right. And he starts talking out and goes, "I'm the commander, not so loud." And then she closes the door. Right, we have reason to believe that there are Venatori in the Magisterium's ranks. We'll pay you, and I cannot believe the Inquisition put this up, 50,000 sovereigns to eliminate any Tevinter Magisters that are also Venatori, as long as you can verify that they are Venatori.
Oh, I can do that.
Right. The Inquisitor sent me, of all people, to this damn party. Why? Josephine would have been much better suited.
Oh, don't worry. Stick with me. We'll have a drink, have a great time, get some Venatori. It'll be a great time.
You remind me of the people who surrounded me in the Winter Palace in Orlais. I will be...
Oh, trust me. I'm much worse than them.
You lost Dia.
We lost her face for a second. It's fine. It didn't mess up the camera. He just...
Apologies.
Can you... He goes, right. Well, there's your goal. And he pulls up two Tevinter Magisters. One, Magister Arya Edemont, niece of Livius Edemont, and Magister Ericus Alexius, nephew of Girion Alexius. Both of their uncles had Venatori connections. I need you to find out if they do as well. And if they don't, we will still pay you for investigation work, but if they do, kill them. And on Doroteo, we'll get your 50,000. She goes, and you will get a generous cut, Narcisse.
Wonderful. And Narcisse has two goals in mind now. Because one look at Cullen and Narcisse was like, I will have you.
For those of you who have not played Dragon Age Inquisition watching, Cullen is a tall man around 6 foot...
On the desk. Anyway, continue.
Yes.
He's about 6'1", 6'2". He's a very muscular built guy, more lean muscular. So not like me big, but still a big guy. He has very, very short stubble, blonde, like kind of like slightly curly hair. It's kind of side swept, kind of windswept hair. And he wears plate armor with a big fur pelt around the shoulders, and with red velvet kind of sewn throughout his clothing, with an Inquisition shield on his back, an Inquisition sword on his belt. He's, well, pleasure to meet you, Narcisse. Lady Taya. And he turns and goes, can you point me to where Dorian is, by the way? Was he back that way? Right.
Just that way.
Right.
And as Cullen goes to leave, Narcisse is definitely like right beside Taya, just like watching that ass walk away. It's like,
you're wasting your time, Bambi. He prefers women. If the Inquisitor Adar could not pull him, what chance do you think you have?
I'm very charming.
Are you as charming as the Inquisitor, though? I do not think so.
I mean, I have a certain roguish charm.
And then she just goes, yes, you do. And she, like, just kind of strokes her chin, and she goes, you're very sweet. Also, Elario would like me to inform him, wanted me to give you this. It is a sealed letter.
Bambi's face immediately drops, but he opens the letter.
But there it just says, let's see if I can. Dearest Narcisse, I must thank you for our dalliances and our covert operations. I hope to work together sooner rather than later. I may have intel on one of the Venatori for you in Viratium once you return to Antiva City. Yours forever, Ilario Della Morte. I have been practicing that voice all...
That was good.
That was great.
Not the overcommitment. No.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah. Narcisse takes the letter and tucks it away for now. But his good mood is immediately gone.
There he goes, oh, don't get dressed, and it's almost time for the party, little one. And she just gives you a little on the cheek and walks out. She goes, Viago and I are leaving now. We will see you when you return. Return to
Okay.
Treviso when you can.
I'll be sure to knock next time. After last time, we don't need another repeat of that.
Listen, Viago likes to worship me, so I laid on the altar, and
You know that is really not appropriate for a chantry.
there are a lot of things not appropriate for the Chancery, but he was eating his communion on the altar, if you know my
Oh,
meaning.
he was. I am very aware. I will see you later.
God is dead.
If the baker doesn't cry 90% of the time, he did it that.
I looked upon the seat, and the seat was empty. Continue.
This is a Dragon Age campaign, and we got in to talk about Viago and Tea's sex life. I had to make it spicy. So Thea leaves, and we're gonna pan to Ulrich as you're putting on your suit. You hear a door open, and you hear a familiar march, and goes, "Lieutenant Ulrich."
Oh, son of a- Commander Colin.
How in the maker's balls did you get here?
You know what? Long story.
Dorian puts his arm around Ulrich and goes, "Oh, he walked through my illuvian. I'm expecting a full report. Also, where's Varric?
Weiss out.
Make
Last I was aware of.
us knob." And then he just turns and goes, "Ha!
Yes, exactly.
Why?
You're crazy for weeks.
Also, wait. That crow, that isn't
Uh-huh.
lying little shit. Lily. There's no way Liliana didn't. Dorian, what? Dorian goes, "I'll give you several." And they walk outside.
I love their friendship. It's one of my favorite things in the world.
Fuck, that report's gonna be a pain in the ass to write.
All right.
Not like Ulrich hasn't already been working on it in his downtime.
And he's just like, "How do I explain this?" So, Ellie, you're looking at all these fancy dresses in front of you. Is there any, like, there's a nice little green one that's kind of like, there's a long flowy blue and like with silver lining. There's a red one with hints of gold. And then there's just a simple green, a shorter dress, kind of cuts off like right above the knee. Little flowy. Like kind of like, just short dress. Like, are any of these dresses catching your eye, or are you just kind of like, eh?
Are there any dresses that make her look like a cupcake?
You could always ask Dorian. But I know there was something... She wants to ask Dorian. I know there was something you specifically wanted to do regarding Thorn.
Yeah. So I think I don't know if we want to do that or if that's going to be sort of like an off-screen thing where she wants to figure out what's the quickest way to get her letters to Thorn. If that's like an Ask Dorian thing.
We'll go a little bit for, let's say Dorian and Cullen already had their talk. Dorian walks in and he goes, "Oh, my dear, remind me your name once again?"
Oh, my name's Alara, but you can call me Ellie if you like. I know Shims sometimes have trouble with them elven names.
"My dear, my tongue is quite skilled at saying every name possible, and other things. But Elara, if you would, are there any of the dresses suiting your fancy? I noticed you're the only person who hasn't picked one yet."
Well, they're all very pretty. I'm a little bit of a bumpkin. I don't get to dress up very often, you see. But
Oh, you
would have
remind
anything that maybe-
me of Harding.
I don't know what that means, but thank you.
It's a compliment, my dear, trust me.
I will take it then, thank you. But I was wondering if there was anything a bit fluffier.
You want, like, a big poof skirt, then?
Well, if I'm gonna get dressed up, I want to be the prettiest girl at the party.
Oh, Come with me, my dear. And he leads you into a lower part of the Pavus household, which this is a massive manor. There are serpent sculptures everywhere. There are pictures of all of the past magisters of House Pavus, including several archons, including the architect, but we'll get to that later for Amaris. And you see there is an older woman who kind of looks like Dorian sitting down, and she's just kind of scrolling. She has like hints of silver in her hair. She's wearing elegant purple gown, ready for the ball. And he goes, Mother, I know you enjoy your very poofy dresses. This is Ellara, and she would like, and she just looks up. Ooh. Would you like something that really makes you look like what's a cupcake, as they call it down in Ferelden?
Oh, that would be absolutely lovely.
What color, dear?
Well, I am a little partial to the dark blue and silver.
Oh, right. This is our Grey Warden, Ellara, Mother. And she just goes, and she grabs Dorian by the ear and pulls him away, and he just starts walking. She raises her hands, and she starts casting magic around you in a beautiful blue and silver dress with a big poof skirt at the bottom, just magically appears on you, with silver high heels. There you are, darling. You look gorgeous.
That's lovely. Thank you. I'm sorry if this is just a little bit rude, but and she starts kind of kicking the shoes off the lip. She goes, I don't really wear these. I'm sorry. They make my legs feel funny.
Oh, you're Dalish. Right. Because, well, almost time for the party, dear. Do you have any questions about the household before you move on?
Do you have some letters I'd like to send? And I just want to know if you guys have a good way to get them to Weishaupt.
Oh! Is there a message you need sent?
Well, I have a little packet of letters, and she has her 2 letters with her. And they're meant for my commander. I was going to give it to him, but then he got separated from us.
She looks at them and she goes, Are these of a private matter?
But one of them's a little more private than the other.
And she just goes, Elio? And you see a small elven boy walk in, and he just goes, Yes, Lady Pavus? If you wouldn't mind getting these transported to Weishaupt and quickly, if you can. Yes, my lady. And she hands him a piece of silver. Thank you, my lady. And he runs off and looks. He goes, wait. He just gets wide eyes. He goes, You're Dalish. He goes, oh, and he runs off.
A lovely young man.
Oh, yes, he's one of our newest
Weird.
servants. He's one of our newest servants.
Oh, he must have been a little bit nervous then, I think.
Oh, yes. Anyway, up you go, dear. Back with your friends.
Well, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to meet you.
You too, my dear. And she returns to her book. Amaris. Did you stay with Dorian, or did you return home?
I feel like I would have returned home even if it was to just check in on how Mother was doing. Make sure the household has not devolved into chaos.
You return home, and it's a lot gloomier than you remember. And you walk in, and the lights are dim, which your father and mother never have the lights not magically. It looks like the lights have just not been magically lit in probably a few days.
I will fix that as I walk past, just bringing some light back into these halls. May not be the entire house, but it'll be clear which way Amaris had gone, depending on where the lanterns had been lit.
Okay, and as you lead up, you see the servants are just like, Lord Amaris, Magister, and they're all like bowing their heads to you as you walk through.
any of you hurt? Was it just...
No, no, my lord. It was... The assassin was... You should probably ask your mother, my lord.
Where is she?
In your father's study.
I will go to the study.
So you go up to your mother's study, and she is sitting there, her hair just a complete mess. Not done up, not in an updo like it typically is. Just frazzled all around. Wearing what looks like her nightgown, and it's dirty, it's filthy, it's covered in ink. She's poring over your father's notes, manuscripts. She's like, something in here has to tell me why. You also see that all these manuscripts are just covered in teardrops.
Maris is going to come up behind her and gently lay a hand on her shoulder before he starts running his fingers through her hair and casting prestidigitation just to get grease and the build-up slightly out. As a rather consoling manner.
She goes, I told you,
What's the last time?
She's about to say, I told you, and then she hears your voice and she... Amaris?
I will hold her close. I'm sorry I was not home sooner.
She starts crying, but no tears are coming out, and you look at her face, her lips are cracked, her skin is a little, like, dry. She's dehydrated. There are several cups of water that the servants have been bringing in that she has not drank. She's just...
I will... Suppose if a guard dog's outside. Cat. Please excuse. Amaris is going to just grab one of the cups and as he's talking, sort of just offer it to her while she's distracted and not thinking about refusing anything.
She takes it and just starts drinking it, and then she just puts it down and she just goes, why your father? He was a revered father. He was part of the chantry. Why would the He made sure that I saw. He woke me up as he slit your father's throat and said the crows send their regards. Tan skin, elf, blue eyes, blonde hair.
I did not know the crows to be so ruthless with their acts outside of those designated to be their targets unless they were sending a message. Did he tell you anything at all before he died? Anything he was working on? Anything Never had asked of him?
Only that he had started working with Magister Pavus about some new plan. Something involving slaves and the Divine might be involved, I don't know.
We suspect they are targeting those who would seek to disrupt the way of the Imperium. Strange I would act now, these are not exactly new, radical thoughts of thinking. Well, I was informed the Lucena have since been dissolved and the number would have been targeted otherwise.
We need to... Should have just left it alone. Should have just... Anyone who tries to change things in the Imperium ends up dead. Your father knew that, and so do you.
Things will change with or without us, but I would rather have a stake in it myself.
She looks up. No more of my family dies for this crusade. You are head of the house now. If something happens to you, House Varro is over.
sorrow is yours as much as mine, Mum.
You will never accept me in any... I am too old. I cannot further the line. It is only you, Amaris.
One we have now, isn't it? When was the last time you ate, Mother? When was the last time you slept?
How long's it been since my dear... And then tears well up in her eyes. Since he was taken from me. The bed sheets have been cleaned, but the actual mattress itself is still stained with your father's blood.
You should rest in the sitting room for a while, or better yet, you should rest in my room while I'm out. I'll have Miranda come sit with you. You will not be alone. They'll make sure you are safe.
Thank you, my lady, and the Archon has placed several Templars to guard the house. As a way of apology for allowing it to happen, and I know you and the Archon don't see eye to eye on numerous things, but he cared deeply for your father, you know that.
Yeah. And that's a kindness in this matter.
I will go. She kisses you on the forehead, Amaris. Your father's had his finest suit prepared for you for when you returned. It's in... I'll go to the sitting room, and it's in your room. I'd like you to wear it tonight.
We'll be honored. I'll have the rest of this beat up.
She gives you another kiss on the cheek and she goes, I love you dearly, my little serpent.
Oh, breast. Once more sort of just pats her head, squeezes her shoulder.
She leaves the room. And Miranda was waiting outside, and she heard what you said, and she just puts her hands in, she goes, I will. And she goes with your mother to the sitting room. Do you do anything in this room before you go to put on your father's suit?
I am going to excuse myself while she's away to empty the contents of my stomach. What were the letters? Did she leave the letters that she was holding? Just curiously, if I can make out anything of the most recent,
They appear to be... Give me an Arcana check on these.
Arcana check. Ooh, very nice. 21.
At first glance, it appears to be a writing on nug mating rituals. But upon further glance, it's blood ink. Blood magic infused into ink to make it reveal the truth, and only blood magic can reveal it.
That usually indicate just like a drop of blood, yours or another's, to sort of
No, so like
broadcast.
as how blood magic works in the Dragon Age world, blood magic cannot be attained without forming a link with a demon. Meaning, there is a possibility, this is not a confirmation, there's a possibility your father was doing blood magic to try to help the Lucerni. You don't know for sure, but these letters are signed by the Divine.
Which one is currently sitting on the Sunburst throne? Throne, beg your pardon. We are not in the south.
The current Divine is... Let me just make sure I got his name right. Where is it? I'm blanking. It's the one who's the Divine in the Veil card. I'm blanking on his name, but I'm like... Marconius IV. I believe. Is that the correct one? No. That is not correct. What was that?
Thedas, isn't it?
It's the, who is, or, oh, that's why I typed the wrong thing. The Dragon Age wiki is so wrong. Sorry, I'm trying to remember the name.
Oh, good. Narrative purposes, I will say, yeah, Mars will just go throughout. Does it seem like good Templars have been in to do their usual investigation just yet?
They have, but they did not uncover this.
Right, because I will be taking that, and also, if you would allow it, I would love to cast Detect Magic just to see if there was anything missed in the room. Wait, do I
it's Divine Aequitas II is the current Divine.
Divine Aequitas II. I do not have Detect Magic. I have Dispel Magic and Detect Thoughts. That is fine. I'm just making sure his personal effects were not disturbed. I will be taking that letter to unravel later.
Gotcha. Then you are free to put on your father's suit, and we're actually going to pan over to Mira. Mira, they have all these dresses laid out before you, but you are right next to that alluvian because you have been sitting by it this whole time. And
You about to make her skip this party?
you don't have to. It's up to you. You could do it. You could try to do it before the party.
Oh god.
Go to the party, and you could do it after too if you want. You just keep seeing Felasan's face in your mind, and Solus's smirk when he said, "My attendant."
I think realistically, Mira's not touching that alluvian yet. Because she just found out her god is wrong. And her entire, basis for her being who she is has been shaken. So she's definitely not touching the big red button. Because logically that makes no sense to her. She will later, probably, if it, presents itself in a way that is inevitable. But I think that realistically, her whole entire, who she is and what she was meant to do is kind of shaken right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think she's looking at the pretty dresses and trying to ignore the thing in the corner of her eye.
It's the same. They've laid out the same dresses that they did for Ellie, like the beautiful blue, the nice blue one, the short green one, the long red one. So you have your options.
I think, it's incredibly difficult for her going from she is Dalish to now I think I'm supposed to be a servant at a party in a place she's never been, and my gods aren't real. Or my gods don't love me. Or I have somehow saved my friends and lost my entire religion.
And the place you're in is the Tevinter Imperium, where you have to pretend to be a servant, which is probably another level to that.
Yeah, which, I think that she, kind of quietly puts on the short green one, because green is more or less her colors. And then in the entire space, in a very, just her alone in this room, she, quietly druid crafts a bunch of detail work into this short green dress to feel more like herself. So she is, covered the corset in moss. She is, put, these, sort of, wrapped vines, grown vines with, flowers all up and down her arms. The dress is no longer just short. It is now a high-low because she has crafted a second layer of moss in a tool, fashion. She is this place will not take me from me. And so I think that she, even crafts herself, a little pair of flats out of out of reeds and like she makes like little ballet flats with like vines for ribbons, and she like just sits in like this room by herself trying to figure out who she is. And she just makes a really pretty dress and avoids looking at the alluvion behind her.
And as you're doing that, you just hear, "Oh, that looks suits you." I apologize. I was looking for.
She squeaks so high in the middle of this person who's talking and she hasn't turned around yet. Just the loudest sort of like, like just.
You see a tall blonde man looking away, with cheeks posted. "I apologize, madam. I was looking for Dorian. Apologies. Are you a friend of?
I'm sorry.
Are you one of Ulrich's friends?"
Oh, thank God, I don't have to pretend that I'm okay.
Oh,
great.
No. I'm from Ferelden.
Yes. Oh.
I'm not. That's a bit. Not even close. I'm.
Right. Me either.
Pleasure. And he offers you a hand. It's like, "Pleasure. My name is Cullen."
Hi. She kind of just like barely puts her hand in there and is like, "Great, right. Hi. I'm Minrathous. Ulrich, I don't actually know what Ulrich calls me. My friends call me Mira."
Pleasure. Sorry, I was looking
The
for...
other dwarf she knows gives nicknames, so she doesn't know what Ulrich actually refers to her as.
He just sees this look at you and goes, "Ulrich usually just calls people by their name. He's a good sort."
Right.
I simply wanted to apologize, Mira, whatever
fine.
you prefer.
You are?
I do.
You said?
My name's Cullen Rutherford, commander of the Inquisition forces. I just wanted to...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
No.
know who you are. My bad. Dorian, Master Pavus hasn't been back here.
You're fine.
In a bit.
You're fine. I did just want to say, I like the dress better the way you've put it together.
Thanks.
He just kind of like nods his head and just goes, I'll be seeing you at the ball, probably.
Right. Probably. I think I'm gonna be holding drinks or something.
They're going to make you be a servant.
It's kind of hard to hide.
No.
You know?
None of that. You'll be accompanying the Inquisition.
Oh.
You'll be with me and Ulrich.
Okay.
Ulrich, you're accompanying the Inquisition, he yells really loudly.
I already assumed that.
You'll be with me.
Ulrich, I get to come with the Inquisition. She's so excited. She, her friend left her clan to go be an Inquisition scout. She's having a great time. She couldn't go leave because she had obligations as the first. So she's like, I get to go with the Inquisition.
She,
pops his head out the door and just... Good for you, kid.
It just goes...
She absolutely, in that millisecond you're there, has druid-crafted little boutonnieres and is giving them to both of them. She has, made little flowers that match her dress, and she's putting them in their little, There you go.
Cullen, just kind of, turns and goes, You make a great Inquisition agent, and just for what it's worth, I don't think you could have passed off a servant very well. Dalish aren't servants, from what I've known them.
Not usually.
Well, Dalish are too strong-willed to be servants, and you take me as a strong-willed person.
Thank you, Commander.
It's
looking back and forth between Cullen and Mira.
He just
goes oblivious.
He just goes, it's just Cullen, Mira. Pleasure to meet you.
She looks at Ulrich and is like, is that proper?
Don't get it. He looks at Ulrich, it's Commander to you. And then he just turns around and walks out.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about him at all.
He's nice. She's crafting a little flower crown to match her dress now.
Can I do an insight check on Mira to see if she picked up anything about Colin's behavior?
Insight.
Go
check,
for it.
baby.
But let's remember who this is. Cullen is notoriously bad at this.
25.
Mira's
Reading
got
Mira.
no idea.
Okay,
None.
look, I know that he's bad at this, but you seem to be
But
worse at it.
but here's the thing with that insight check. Did Mira think he's cute?
Oh. Yeah. She immediately knew that he was an attractive human man. Like,
Wow, both of you are not great at this.
Ulrich, what do you call me?
Your name?
Okay. Alright. I was just making sure.
At least the nickname you also told me. I guess I also occasionally call people kid when they're younger than me.
Okay. That's fine. I was just curious. And then she's just weaving a little flower crown. She is feeling much better now that she's wearing a dress covered in nature. And also not going as a servant.
Nice job on the dress.
Thank you. I didn't like how stiff everything was.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fancy dress, but
What exactly do we have to do if we're accompanying the Inquisition?
that was Gabby. Well,
Can accompany Cullen's Inquisition.
shh, I was
Lord.
getting to that, Cole. Well, usually when you're invited to be a +1 to a party,
Uh-huh.
as you have now become, probably
To an
customary.
organization?
Well,
I thought...
sure.
Okay.
But Colin did extend the invitation to you himself, so probably wouldn't be the worst thing to get acquainted with him at least, get to know him better.
Right. Okay.
Good for you to meet other people outside of this circle.
Yeah. Our circle's a little...
Tiny.
aggressive.
That too.
Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
All those things. It all works together.
All of those things. Okay.
I think you and Colin would get along really, really well.
Okay. Okay. And she's just like, sure. That makes sense. And she feels pretty, and she's just like, great, sounds awesome. And eventually she'll ask Ulrich about her friend who's supposed to be a scout for the Inquisition.
Oh yeah, no, he's not gonna push like that onto her because he knows like how probably new she is to so much of this environment, so he's not gonna pile that on top of her. But he won't discourage getting to know
I will say, Mira, you don't hear this, but Ulrich, you hear from Thedas. Dorian goes, so I see you're still just as bad at this as before. Cullen, shut up, Pavus. He's like, care for a game of chess so I can trounce you again? And Dorian goes, oh, I would love for you to trounce me, Commander, but we all know you're not into it.
I'm the only one who gets to hear who is close enough to hear that.
Narcisse hears the shit out of it too, because he's like behind a wall, just like,
Beautiful. But yeah, I think you'll do great around Colin because he's also shit at parties. I'm also not any better, so you know we're in for
Great.
a fun time.
Got it. Got it.
it's at this point that Ellie, you're sitting there just getting ready, and you see Dorian walk up to you. Oh, Elara! I have good news. You don't have to pretend to be a servant.
Oh, that's lovely, because I wasn't intending to.
Well, you don't have to just for appearances. I like you a lot. You remind me of a clearer speaking version of a friend of mine, who is also an elf. And you have less tendency to want to tell people to piss themselves. Anyway,
I mean, I
have a surprise for you.
Oh, I love surprise.
So, this ball is also a meeting of some dignitaries, and we have a special guest representing the Grey Wardens.
Oh, lovely. Who was that?
And you'll be accompanying him. And you see, turning the corner, a man clad in blue and silver armor with shoulder-length golden brown hair and a small, short beard with a scar over his eye. May I introduce you to former Warmer Commander of Ferelden, Einar Kusland.
And all there, she sees Einar and she just pile drives into a hug.
Oh, hello. Oh, Ellie!
She's just screaming over and over, going, Kusland. I got so much to tell you. Kusland, I'm so happy you're here. He's just getting a
hello, Ellie. And then you hear, she's as cute as I remember, as you see a red-headed woman wearing a very beautiful gown walk in as Leliana, with her husband. And you see rings on both of their fingers, officially. They tied the knot, damn it! I won't have any of my favorite... You knock Leliana over, he goes, ha. I couldn't have one of my favorite recruits from my days as commander for Ferelden be... Also, do not tell any warden that I'm here. At all, please.
Tell who what now?
Do not tell any other warden I'm here.
I know the thing that's going on. No one tells me nothing. I'm just a bumpkin from Ferelden.
Oh, Ellie, I missed you. And then he pats you on the head. Goes, you'll be accompanying the wardens. You will not be a servant in any regard.
Excellent, because I wasn't going to play that game, no way.
We also have another friend who we will be accompanying. Come on, Ellie.
More surprises? Oh my god.
Actually, he goes, wait. Actually, best you and your friends all come to the ballroom together with Dorian and then find us.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, trust me, we're getting some big name people here tonight.
Yeah,
so,
and then whatever time she has with Kusland, she just talks.
Yeah. And then, so Ellie, as you go back, Amaris, would you have headed back to the Pavus mansion yet? It's getting it's like a couple hours, it's like an hour until the party. Narcisse is looking fancy with his purple, it's not quite a full suit, but it's got a long poofy shirt with black sleeves, with a purple vest with black crows embroidered all throughout it, long, nice pants, and the most Italian-looking dancing shoes you've ever seen. Narcisse is ready to party. And Amaris...
And yet Narcisse is not, for once, in trying to be in the spotlight. He is very much in the shadows of the house, just listening alone.
So as you walk in, Amaris, you see everyone kind of hanging out, and I'm gonna let you, since you know your house and your father's a little bit better. What does your father's family? It's a little bit. All I'll say is it's a little bit slightly big on you, just because your father had a little bit bigger frame than you did. But what does it look like?
Morris comes in wearing his father's suit, and it's this exquisitely cut, innovative into fashion, dark fabric. It's noted that he does wear it open, and underneath sits this golden rib cage of almost ceremonial armor inside of ridiculous amounts of diamonds, fine filigree gold, and it's almost this sort of armor for himself as well, sort of holding him together, but also this most outrageous display of wealth just sort of signals to the others in his circle that this is the new head of the household, and he's fully leaning into that. He has almost rolled up the sleeves in a very tasteful way to make up for how much longer his father's arms were compared to his own. Sort of just takes a deep breath, composes himself, continues onward to see where the others are, and as he walks through the halls, you can hear the very sharp click of his fine-heeled boots. Actually polished.
So, there's an additional person here. You see Commander Cullen of the Inquisition, who you've met once before there. And as you all walk into this room, Ellie, you walk in, and two at this time, I'd probably say. And I'll say Dorian is wearing just a very nice green suit with a nice vest underneath, open with like a tailcoat, and all the rings imaginable, the serpent rings, and a large pendant, and he's wearing sort of a crown. Like he's wearing a crown, kind of a tiara even, with the serpents on either side. Cullen is wearing a red and gold suit with his little Inquisition pin, and it's also a vest, but he doesn't like the long sleeves, so... And this is just for Parker. Ellie, as you walk in, you see him going, make his breath, I hate these long sleeves. And he rolls up the sleeves to show off his forearms. He's like, much better. And Ellie, you walk in and see that. Does Ellie react to seeing Cullen do that?
You know, I think she might not even be paying attention, because she's probably still talking at Kuzlin, not to him, at him.
How about you, Mira? Does Mira react to seeing that?
I think that she noticed. So, are we all in the room? And
you are all in the room now. Like we'll say you and Ulrich just walked in.
Okay, is Bambi in the room?
He's just chilling in the corner.
Okay, because if she notices Bambi, she is incredibly observant, and I actually want to determine whether I'm gonna do a fun thing. I want to roll perception at disadvantage to see if Cullen throws me off and I don't notice what's happening with Bambi. Because I want
Beautiful.
to. Oh, even at disadvantage. Damn. All right. Well, how dare I be so...
Maybe it's more of a wisdom saving throw or
wisdom saving throw.
You want a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage?
Just
yeah.
keep your wits about you.
You guys say that, and I rolled better.
Charisma saving throw. Charisma.
You're just gonna making me roll things. I noticed. Anyway.
You noticed. I know.
I noticed. I think that if anybody is paying attention to her, she is like hanging towards Ulrich. And Cullen, because she's like attending with the Inquisition and she's very excited. And then she's like counting and she finally finds where Bambi is. And I think that because her life is falling apart and because, listen, it is, but because her life is falling apart and because she knows that Bambi almost died yesterday because she was the one that made that not happen, she's worried that it's because of that. And so I actually want her... Looking at his outfit, she's going to craft a little boutonniere for him out of Deathroot, which is a purple flower in Dragon Age lore that is poisonous. And she, like, pins it, like, she kind of walks over and she says nothing. She, like, walks over with her little flower, she puts it in, like, the pocket where there's probably, like, a little, like, pocket for something. She puts it in there, and then she leans over and goes, "It's poisonous." And then she walks away.
Doesn't say anything, but you just hear like a little.
Yeah. And then she joins the Inquisition again and definitely notices Cullen's arms.
Cullen like just pulls. He's got it sleeved, and he just goes like he does this move, and he's like, "All right, looks like we're all here." And before anything, Dorian sees you walk in. He goes, Amaris, if you could join me in my study for a moment, I just wanted to talk to you real quick.
I sort of just raises a brow and nods his head.
You guys walk in, and he closes the door, and then he just walks up to you, and he just gives you like a gentle kiss, and he goes, "Are you all right, my dear?"
And Amaris is just going to hug him properly.
He's going to hug you back and just like, put his arm and he goes, "Well, I'm here if you need anything, dear."
Always been good to me, Dorian.
Whether it's a hug, someone to talk to, a distraction, I'm very good at that.
I'm well aware.
On that note, we're obviously there's a little fling here, but is your friend Ulrich... What do you think of your friend Ulrich? I've never been with a dwarf before, and he seems
I was going to say...
sturdy.
Your usual type.
Well, I got new types when I joined the Inquisition. Sturdy men are more fun than you might think.
Questionable beer.
I've had
What?
Perish the thought again, but Kunari are very fun, and I think a dwarf would be just as fun.
They're very packed. I think you could have a lot of fun in a lot of places.
You know just the right things to say, my dear.
As I always. I would support it. I feel like he is more of a distraction than I, these workaholic types.
Well, I'll just have to talk him into enjoying some time together, and then show him what other things my tongue can do. And then he just walks out of the room. But before he opens the door, he goes, "But seriously, Amaris, if you need me at all, you have me." So he walks out. Cullen is there, and you all notice as walking in from the other room, Ellie, I always clarify, Ellie, you did not walk in with Einar. He walked in separately. He walked in after you, and was like, and you all see the hero of Ferelden walk into the room. He goes, Magister Pavus, thank you for having me. And then Liliana just goes, Dorian, Cullen. Cullen just goes, "Why am I here?" Liliana goes, "I'm not here for the Inquisition. I'm here to support my husband." I have many questions on that note. And then,
Mira has no idea who any of these people are, and she has leaned to Ulrich to be like, "Who is this?"
Or Ulrich will give explanations of each
Thank you.
individual that he's familiar with. I'm happy to roll a check if.
You definitely know who Einar Kuzland is,
Okay.
and you would be familiar with Sister Nightingale. But he just, you see him lean into Liliana. "You didn't tell me Cullen was here." And he was just like, "I thought the Inquisitor was Saint Josephine."
So did Colin.
Cullen is just like, "Oh, gods." He goes, "Well, also, I have to say bye to someone before we leave." And he just, and you see a big, large Mabari run in. And Cullen just leads down and he goes, "Oh, there you are, boy." And he just starts petting him. He goes, "Now, you be good. Don't harass Dorian's mother too much, or the servants. They are not playthings. They are people who feed you. They feed you. Understand?" And the dog just... And most of you are not used to Mabari, except for Ulrich. Well, I guess only two of you are not used to Mabari, with Narcisse and Amaris.
Mira is more excited than she has been the entire night.
And he just starts petting.
Who is the Inquisition? Dog.
And he's just like, "That's a good boy." And he just looks at me and goes like, he sees me, he notices you, he goes, "Do you want to pet him? He's a good boy."
I do. Yes.
Ulrich can take a step back for those two to have their moment.
I definitely pet the dog.
Morris is going
absolutely-
to maneuver himself so that he's specifically moved from being in between Ulrich and Dorian to standing on the other side of Ulrich and making sure Dorian is standing next to him instead.
Dorian leads in, he goes, "You know, Mabari are fun creatures. Stout, strong, get the job done. You know anyone like that, Ulrich?"
Steady face. Maybe.
I suppose we'll have to find out. He just leads up, and then Cullen is just petting his dog with me. He goes, "Mira, don't laugh at his name. It's a bit of a pun. I got the idea from the Inquisitor. This is Boxspawn."
Perfect. Fantastic. Love that. She is Essentially, animal baby talking to this dog in Dalish. Like, she's just reverted entirely back to just... That dog has no idea what she's saying, but it's great. She's loving it.
No idea what you're saying, but you sound really, really nice and sweet, and I'm gonna give you lots of kisses.
Quite literally what she's aiming for. She
And-
giggles at the name and then entirely just is petting the dog.
And as the dog licks you, Cullen, in Dalish, Elvin says, I think that's his way of saying thank you, Lethaline.
I love canonically that I can make this a thing. Her ears twitch. Like just, and she's like, what? And she seems genuinely impressed by this human man knowing Dalish.
And he tells you in Elven, working with the Inquisition, I had to work with Keeper Hawen's clan a lot, so I had to learn to communicate.
The petting on the dog slows down, and she stands up a little bit. That's my clan, actually.
Oh. And he has not stopped talking in Elven, and he just says, well, Andaran Atishan Lethaline. And then he just goes, Keeper Hawen was always a good sort. He made sure that trades were fair and equal and stood up for his people in all times, and he was a very good man. I respected him more than I've respected most Ferelden lords.
Well, I don't have much experience with Ferelden lords, but I don't find that surprising.
Points down at Barkspawn, he's better company.
Well, animals usually are. And she's just very like... And then she stops speaking in Elven because she realizes it might be rude.
Oh!
He has a grin on his face because he can understand
Dorian leans in.
between the two of them.
Dorian leans over to Amaris. Oh. And he whispers, those two are absolutely going to fuck.
So
Because he
vulnerable.
was whispering that above me.
No, he's like a little past. He leaned past to talk to Amaris, and he goes, good for them. Cullen really needs it.
You're telling me.
I've never witnessed flirtations be so. How do they do that?
It's a little cute. Narcisse, you see a blonde-haired, tan-skinned, for a brief moment outside the front doors, elf, and for a moment you think it's Valerius, but then you see the 2 swoop tattoo on the side of the face. And he winks at you and is gone before you can do anything.
I think no. Even if he's gone, I think Bambi's bolting straight. Like he's gonna try and.
You bolt out the door, look around, no sign of him except for a hawk feather, because he's taken to using hawks as his memorabilia instead of crows. He's gone.
Bambi
Could this
picks up the feather and he's stood outside in the cold for a second, and he whispers to himself because he knows Zevran's probably not going to hear it, and he says, I really wish you were here right now. And then he composes himself, then he goes back inside.
Right. And at that point, Dorian just goes, well, shall we? And he's like, boops Barkspawn on the nose. He goes, be good. Barkspawn licks Dorian's face, like, fully, and he goes, oh, wonderful. Prestidigitations himself clean. He goes, shall we, Amaris?
Ciao.
He goes, oh, everyone needs an individual, to lock arms with. Narcisse, would you mind with Ulrich? Let's see, I'll pair everyone up. Ellie, you can... Or Mira, you can... Commander Cullen, could you mind escorting little Lady Mira? He just...
Lady.
You just pair up Ulrich and Narcissus.
Dorian knows. And he goes, Ellie, I'm sorry. Actually, Ellie needs, and Warden just opens his other arm
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
so
Hell
that
yeah.
Ellie can. So as you all march through, you make it to, and I gotta change the music back because it's actually time for the party. Hold on, give me a second. There's going to be just warning. The cameos aren't over. There's more. I'm sorry.
There's more? Yes.
Listen, y'all knew this was gonna
I'm
be
excited.
y'all knew this was gonna be a fan service.
Slowly.
Y'all knew this
I'm
was
excited to watch all of our faces.
I
also
lose my voice
just
even more with all the excited screaming I'm doing.
just
with
just
my muted.
just want to know with just to check in. Am I doing okay with imitating voices? I felt
Yeah.
I dipped a little into Dorian's voice with Cullen for a second, but then I was like,
getting like the attitude down, which is perfect.
That's the important part.
I don't think anything tops my Ilario voice though. I feel like that was just like I felt all of your faces grimace.
Damn.
I was
We were
like,
all like, oh, actually? Hmm.
Icky yucky.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, top tier.
so as you guys walk into you walk up to a little portal and you are teleported into the Archon's palace. In the Archon's ballroom. The Archon himself has not made himself present, but there are hundreds of Tevinter Magisters. You see Orlesian nobles. You see Ferelden nobles. Arl Tegan of Ferelden is sitting across one of the rooms. And sitting at it, there's a table for all of the... You see the Archon finally. And this is Archon. Let me make sure I get his name right. Archon Illyrian Amladaris is sitting at one end of the table with other monarchs. You see a tall, a tall man about the same height as Cullen with ginger hair, a little spiked in the front, wearing plate armor because he will never not wear his armor. Recognizable as King Alistair Theron. Sitting next to him is his blonde wife, Queen Honora Theron. Sitting across from them is a man wearing a mask that has a large mustache, wearing the finest Orlesian robes, Emperor Gaspard de Chalons. And sitting next at the other end of the table, across from the Archon, is a tall, hornless Kunari with dreads that go all the way back, hang low down to his back, wearing traditional Kunari attire with the Darsam, the Ereshok. And as you hear Ellie goes, you hear Einar, well, it seems Sten's done well for himself. As you walk in, you see all these dignitaries.
Yes.
You see plenty of Tevinter nobles around there. Also sitting up there is the King of Antiva. And next to him sits the true ruler of Antiva, Caterina della Morte. And as you walk in, the announcer is announcing everyone's names. It starts with, representing the Inquisition, Lord Commander Cullen Rutherford, along with his attending Lady Miralyn and Sir Ulrich.
Wow.
Also with Sir Ulrich is Bambi of the Inquisition. You see Katarina
With
immediately...
that obvious crow?
You see Katarina turn and just give you the iciest glare from across the room, Bambi. And she gives you
Bambi
a
doesn't
smile you recognize, though.
Andy looks for a moment and then just looks away. His eyes are downcast as they enter.
Representing the Grey Wardens, former Warden Commander Ferelden, Einar Kuslind, and his wife Leliana, Lady Nightingale, as well as Lady Eliara of the... Where do we have you? Anderfell's Grey Wardens. And lastly, Magister Dorian Pavus, escorting Magister Amaris Varo, both of Minrathous. As you guys walk down the hall at the end, you see the only person there to greet you is a man wearing long black robes with a black hat that you recognize very clearly as the Black Divine, as he is called to most of you, but to Amaris, this is simply the Divine. And as you all walk up, he kisses Amaris' hand, kisses Dorian's hand, and you all see this man. He just, see if I can do it. Welcome, friends. I am Divine Equitus II of Minrathous. It is a pleasure to meet you all. To see any friend of Dorian and Amaris is a friend of mine. He is a man with tanned skin and piercing blue eyes, short black hair that is kind of sideswept, a jawline that could cut glass and diamonds. And he just, it is a pleasure to meet you all. Amaris. And he gives you a forehead kiss. Blessings of the Divine upon you. May Andraste welcome your father to her side.
Thank you, Most Holy. Condolences are much appreciated during these dark times.
Yes. And if you could speak again later privately, just so I may give personal condolences. Yeah, did y'all like that voice? Did y'all like that voice?
I was in the back corner and you saw that. I'm just like...
I've been trying to get my Mercer down.
Mira felt it in her toes.
So did Ulrich.
Because plot twist for anyone who's played Veilguard, because they forgot to put the Codex entry in the game, the Black Divine is Viper.
Oh, yeah.
So he just...
Sure.
And Amaris, that's one thing you know you're allowed to call him in private. And as you guys walk through, you see all these people gathered around, and we'll split off into our little groups, but you guys kind of like get mixed and pull away, and then all the dancing starts. And immediately, you see a line of Orlesian women start migrating to Cullen, and he just goes, "Make a no," throws his glass down, he makes a beeline, he walks up to Mira. "Kefradats? Please, I cannot deal with these harpies. I cannot, please."
Okay, I just don't actually know how, but sure.
Don't worry.
You can learn on the floor.
Learn on the floor.
Push her towards Cullen. Go. You two have fun.
And
okay.
Mira, you're going to hear a couple things as people walk by, like as the dancing is going. He's guiding you, and he's a very good teacher. He's leading. He puts his hand on the small of your back, like right above your waist. And he's holding your hand in his other hand. He's guiding you. He is very strong and sturdy as he's guiding you. You hear voices, though, from the Orlesian nobles around. "Is that Commander Cullen with an elf? A Dalish at that." And you hear some of them, and he just pulls you in a little closer. He goes, "Pay them no mind. I'd rather dance with you than any of these women."
I declare at anyone he hears saying anything about Mira.
I appreciate it. I mean, I don't care. I don't know them from anyone else, but if they're gonna talk, and then she casts Druidcraft to do sensory effect and like makes it look like a fucking anime opening. She has like flower petals fucking flying around them. She is like, if they're gonna look at me and talk about it, I'm gonna make a spectacle. And it's like there's an illusion of like, it looks like everywhere she steps, it's like a ripple of water. Like when she flips her hair, it looks like flower petals are flying from it. She's like, I'm pretty. Like, she's aware that she's pretty.
Not bad.
And
he's saying this from like the silence.
As you lean back and go, "Not back," you feel yourself be pulled as Dorian goes, "Not asking," and pulls you to dance with him.
Dorian says, "I hold the power here."
Amazing.
Oh my god! Shit! Oh no! Gabby's in trouble. Oh.
Narcisse, you see a beautiful, red-headed Tevinter Magister walk up, and she just goes, "The best-looking man here. Care for a dance?"
No, I'm fine, thank you.
Very well, Cantori. And she walks away. She has red hair. She has a black dress, solid black on. And her eyes seem to glow red for a second as she walks away.
Okay, so as she goes to walk away, he then reaches a hand out, like, to, like, grasp at her hand, to, like, do the, like, gentle pullback. And I was like, you know, on second thoughts, how about a little spin?
So you go dance. And Ellie, you find yourself missing Thorn in this moment. And you hear whispering behind you.
But there's a really hot Kunari sitting at the main table that I'd like you to go for me to do this. Anyway.
You think Sten's ever gonna let...
No.
So,
of course.
you hear whispering behind you and you hear Einar say something to somebody. And you feel a big hand. He goes, "Hey, little one. I've heard you like to dance with Kunari." And you see a large, massive Kunari man wearing no shirt with massive
Even better.
horns. Just
Even
goes,
better.
Friend of yours would like me to introduce myself. My name is the Iron Bull.
But what? My name's Ellie.
Oh, I know. And he just like guides you out to the dance floor.
Folded immediately.
He's shorter than Thorn, but a lot wider because you could only make Thorn so wide. Damn you, BioWare! Listen, if I could have made my Rook as beefy as Bull, I would have. But the game wouldn't let me. But yeah, if you guys can't tell, this is y'all's big moment to get all of y'all's fangirling and fanboying out about the peoples of Thedas. Some of them are going to be recurring characters, like Dorian and...
10 out of 10 Iron Bowl impression.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Considering I know everyone in this group wants to ride the bull, I'd figure I'd give everyone a chance.
Mira would break in half. Let's be really honest with everyone.
So would Ulrich.
She's not touching that. Yeah. Ulrich and Mira are like, go guys, go!
Oh, so he's got the grog special. He's only wearing a sash.
Fuck yeah.
I also want to remind you, Adorable is not canon in this timeline, so Dorian and Bull, they may have hooked up, but they're not a couple. But as you're dancing, Mira, Cullen goes, "Quite the spectacle, but not quite necessary. You're already the most beautiful girl on the dance floor."
Her face is entirely red. And she is just like, I think she definitely like reverts to Elven because she's like, whoop, and thrown off. So she's like, Maseranis, I just figured if they were gonna talk, I might as well give them something to talk about. That's all.
Oh, there's other ways to give people things to talk about. And then he goes, and he looks like he didn't realize what he said after he said it. He's like, my apologies, that was a tad too forward.
Oh.
He looks like he wants to, he goes, not that I would mind you, but, and then he spins you, like, elegantly and pulls you back in. And as the song ends, he...
Give himself a moment.
And as the song ends, he dips you perfectly.
Aww. Yeah, when that happens, she definitely does like a little like flare with her hand and does another like little sunray effect that she's like, if I'm gonna, I'll do that. And she then kind of like takes his hand like however politely, however he led her, and then leads them back to the table they were at because she has just seen what has happened to Ulrich. And her passive perception is maybe my favorite because she just is clocking where every one of her friends is around the room, while trying to preoccupy herself so she doesn't think about the fact that this very tall human man is flirting with her. Yes.
He, in Elven, says, "You are quite the fine dancer for never doing it before, Lethaline. He goes, might I offer you a drink as well?"
Oh, sure.
What would you prefer? Would you like something that tastes sweet or more savory?
Sweet would be great.
He goes away for a second and comes back with 2 little glasses. He goes, "This is it's a staple from what we understand, the Andafels and the, not the Chasen. What are the Avar? Puts it ready. It's called mead.
Oh,
It's made with honey, as I understand."
we do something similar. But yes, okay. And she just starts sipping her drink, and eyes are just like, she is enjoying talking to him. She is also very overstimulated.
He noted. Actually, I'm gonna
She's
roll.
like-
I'm gonna roll because I have a character sheet for Cullen.
Aw. I think she is also just like on edge
He just goes,
with everything that's happened.
"Mira, seems that this isn't your type of. Would you like to go for a quick walk just to get away from all the people?"
Are you allowed to do that? I thought you were. Were you
Liliana,
not here?
I'll tell Liliana to take over my duties.
Oh,
You then look and
Okay.
see Liliana doing this, and Einar just doing this on their table. Because Liliana is just looking over at you guys.
Mira doesn't understand. She's observant, not necessarily like great with people. So she's like, she just waves. Like she's like, thanks.
She just goes,
Not insightful.
and she
Correct.
just smiles.
Like, she
Liliana
has
has a
a
big
decent
smile.
idea.
So you guys leave. Before we do that, we're gonna quick. Amaris, you feel Asher tuck the small of your back and lead you away. He goes, "I don't have much time before I have to sit with the rulers to discuss these Antam rebels." And he leads you to a room where he whisks you into the room, and a teleportation circle whisks you into his manor. He removes his hat and just, "Are you all right?"
You know, for all the time we spend preparing to take over for our fathers and our mothers, and knowing this time would come, I didn't think I would feel so unprepared. Is it like that for you at all?
You have no idea. But what I can say is, a finer head of House Varro there will never be, and has never been. And he just goes, "And for the next hour or so," and he snaps and prejudicates you both completely naked. And he pulls you in close and just kisses you incredibly. He goes, "You and I have been putting this off for too long. For tonight, you are not a Magister. I am not the Divine. I am the Archon. No longer. I am the Magister. I am the Archon of pleasure for your body. I am I'm simply Asher. And you,
That escalated quickly.
for tonight, I'm going to worship you as if you were the Maker."
We have an hour. Damaris is going to push him onto the bed.
He's going to cast Time Slow. We can make this go as long as we want, darling.
To black, and that is what you get when you put 2 mages together.
Mage sex is so kinky, guys.
It's so
Like,
good.
It's so good. Like, you add
so
magic
much
and
with
you're
it.
like, damn! Like,
Push him onto the bed, and then he is going to roll you over, pull your legs apart, and he just goes, "I'm going to enjoy." And then we're going to cut to black. And this is what I get when I have my horniest group of players in a Dragon Age campaign. So yeah, Amaris is off as "Take Me to Church" plays.
Divine talk.
Divine
These days.
intervention, if you will.
Yes.
Yes!
Talking.
That's so much better.
Religious reform.
Divine intervention, religious reform. Blasphemy, if you will.
Oh my god.
So good.
Now back to the
I love
party.
that press.
Now back to the
Back to the
party. We'll get the horny out of the way now. Ellie, this large kunari is just spinning you all around on the dance floor. Goes, so, I've heard good things about you. From, and
Oh my
he,
goodness. They're all lies.
really, so, from what I've heard from, what was his name? Thorn? He's a friend of mine.
Oh,
Well, in a way, the Inquisitor introduced us to some Grey Wardens, and your first Warden's kind of a dick.
oh, everybody think he a dick.
And your Warden Commander for Eldon, is he always that drunk?
Well,
It's Ogren.
yeah. Oh, it's all green. Yeah, he's always drunk. He's fun, and somehow he's real good at his job. But none of us know how or why.
Isn't it always the weirdest thing? You have a guy who's just like, hey, I'm really good at what I do, but I'm a total idiot.
Yeah. But he get the job done, so that's why he wore a commander.
Right, and he, with one hand, lifts you up for a spin with no effort. He's like, you know, dancing's fun and all, but you seem like the type of girl who likes to drink.
A Grey Warden. Of course we like to drink. That's like the whole thing.
Hell yeah, I like you! And he throws you over his shoulder and walks off the dance floor. Just sits you down at a table with some ale. He goes... and then he just goes, so, first one to not be able to chug the drink in full has to kiss the other one.
Well, this doesn't seem like a great competition. One of us gonna lose. Why don't we just make out now?
Goes, alright, well how about this? First one to not be able to finish the drink has to go down on the other first. And then he chugs his with no effort.
I'm in.
I like how Bo
I
could
didn't
just...
even start.
We chugs his, he goes, your turn.
Fuck. Well, she's gonna do her best to chug it. I mean, she's pretty good at this.
Yeah, you chug the first one, no problem. Listen, if you guys at home can't tell, this is we're getting the horny out now, so we can get to the lovely romance and the political...
Oh, please. We're never going to get rid of the horny.
Well, we're also going to get to the point where we can get into the death, the disfigurement, and the horror. So we're...
Okay.
The big fancy party is where everyone gets to have fun. Amaris gets the...
Softcore, and then we get the hardcore. Got it.
I just had Matt Mercer just pry apart Amaris's legs. Listen, Dia requested one thing, and it was, let me fuck the divine, and I said, your wish is my command?
We'll be so pleased.
We'll wait till Cass returns to do theirs. So, as you're drinking with Iron Bull, we pan back to... Einar's just looking and goes, oh, gods. He goes, but make us breath. He walks over to you real quick and goes, Ellie, I relieve you of your duties with the wardens for the evening.
Oh, that's really kind of you.
And he looks at Bully. He's like, if you hurt this little one, I'm going to tell your Ereshok. He goes, I'm Talvashoth. Then I'm telling the Inquisitor. Fuck! Just keeps drinking.
I was like, I'm more likely to hurt him, and you know it.
He looks at you and he goes, what's happened since you left for Eldon, huh?
We got a lot to catch up on.
Right. Einar leaves. He goes to dance with his wife. And, Ulrich! Dorian's making you lead.
Me?
Yeah. He puts your hand on his waist. He goes,
Oh no.
it's like, come.
I might have to roll a check to see how well I do that. because
Roll
I've
me
done this
roll me performance.
dance. I have a -1 on that, y'all. I'm gonna use a metal d20 for this. Oh, hey, that's not terrible. I rolled a 16, -1, 15. That could have been worse.
So as your dance, Dia's sending me gifts of thank you so much, basically. Just like, so as you're being spun around on the dance, as you're spinning Dorian around the dance floor, actually doing a pretty good job. Pretty good.
Told to lead.
He goes, my, you're quite good footwork, and you have such firm hands. What else are they good at?
Map making.
I hear that requires quite the finger dexterity. Does Ulrich pick up on this at all? Is he like...
Oh, no, he definitely knows what's happening here. He has insight. He knows what's happening here. He is just flustered. Because he is not used
You
to
know
this.
what?
It's been a very
Dorian...
long time since anyone has flirted with
Dorian's
him.
gonna
He does not
insight
know
check
what to
you
do.
to see if he can tell that you're flustered as in not interested, or flustered as in interested and just like, ah!
He doesn't know what to do because he hasn't had someone show interest for him in like 20 years, I think, at this point for him.
That's a natural 20. So Dorian just goes...
Yeah, that's what Dorian picks up on. It's been 20 years since anyone
He
has...
just goes, oh, my dear. He goes, you lead here, I'll lead elsewhere. Let's continue our dance.
Uh-huh.
Perhaps, instead of jumping straight to other things, we could just have a nice glass of wine back at my manor and just chat.
Sounds... Yeah. Sure. Mm-hmm.
As you like spin, and he like gives you a kiss on the forehead, and he just gives you a little like kiss on the cheek, and he just goes, we'll talk soon, my dear. And he walks off. Narcisse, you are on the dance floor with this beautiful woman with red hair.
Mm-hmm.
As you're dancing with her, you guys are both nailing this dance, by the way. She just goes, I can help you find who you're looking for.
Who said I'm looking for anyone?
The crows aren't as subtle as they think they are, and Pavus should check his servants for spies more often.
And what is your name?
Oh... I'm actually going to roll to see if she tells you, and you cannot let out-of-game knowledge dictate anything.
Mm-hmm.
Call me Aelia.
Okay.
She just... I know very much where Erimond and... Well,
Alexios?
yes, I know where they are, and I can tell you what they're doing.
So why don't you?
That just depends what you can do for me, Cantori. I can pay you to take care of some other people as well. Take care of them for me, I'll tell you what I know about the others.
And who would that be?
I'm gonna message you.
Okay. Also, I need you to know any actions I might take, I already decided before you told me the name.
Gotta love a man who plans.
Oh, he had that plan as soon as he saw those eyes.
I'm like nervous now. Scared.
You should be. Yeah, as a tweet. Ooh.
Ooh, just a little.
Ooh.
We get
Narcisse
horny
is
and
coping
scared in
by
this session.
he's controlling what he can when things feel out of control. Okay, excellent, thank you. Yeah, that doesn't change anything for Narcisse, obviously.
You can find
So I
one
think-
of them here, and one of them... You can find one of them, well, you know where, and one in a place called Docktown.
Interesting. I would like to do a sleight of hand check
Okay.
but I don't want to tell you what it's for.
You have to tell me.
I know, but I don't want to.
You
'cause
have to.
I know, you're gonna yell at me.
I'm gonna Always a great sign when my player goes, "You're gonna yell at me."
Let me just double check something real quick.
All the sneaky bro business going on here tonight.
And then
It's a party.
Amaris is getting head from the divine.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a Minrathous party if there wasn't at least one murder, I believe Dorian said.
Oh yeah. Let's hope it's none of us.
Knock on wood.
There you go.
You can try.
And I got a 24.
So she doesn't notice as you're dancing, but you do bite the death root.
Uh-huh. And then Narcisse is going to lean in and kiss her.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Oh god, I'm about to be an accessory.
Yes, you are. That is a
My poor little
24.
baby.
Okay, she kisses you deeply, and then she just leans back and... Deathroot. She just goes, "We'll talk later." And she misty steps out of the building. In the middle of the ballroom.
Narcisse looks around, noticing how many...
You are literally standing there as I will say the only person who's noticed that happened is you are getting a glare from Katarina.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is too preoccupied.
Yeah. Is it a glare that's like, I'm about to tell you off, or is it a glare like, do not speak, do not look at me?
It is a glare that says, "We need to have a conversation, Cantori."
Narcisse walks over to her.
You walk over, and you walk up to the table featuring royalty, and you hear Alistair. He goes, "Listen, all I'm saying is we can't let the Antom swoop in on us, because swooping is very bad." As Honora just goes, "What my husband means to say is these rebel Antom have been seen out on the oceans near Ferelden's borders, and the Grand Duke has not removed his chevaliers from the Elysian Ferelden border. We must protect our own borders from you, no? Just if there is anything that was going to happen to Ferelden, Olay must protect itself." Frodo goes, "Oh right, is that why I found one of your chevaliers in my throne room, disguised as a servant?" "I do not know what you mean. The game is not played in Ferelden. We only play it." And Alistair goes, "I'll play a game of punching." And then Honora puts her hand over his mouth. And then the Era Shock just goes, "These conversations are pointless. My Antom have not been given any orders to attack any of you. And if they were a Talvashoth and will be dealt with." The Archon is just, "Well, what I know of is that the Antom have always been attacking us, and now they're seen in the deep roads. And they're seen with ogres in tow. And I find it hard to believe," and you're seeing all this, and then Alistair puts up his hand, "Who's that?" Points at us, and Katarina goes, "I will return momentarily. I need to have a word with my friend." She grabs your ear and tugs you away hard.
Yeah, Narcisse this whole time, like, it is visible that with every step he took towards that table, like, he curled in on himself more, trying to make himself smaller. And as he's tugged away, like, his just eyes are to the floor, just following where she's leading.
She pulls you into a side room, puts her little crow walking stick down, and she just looks at you. "You're not in trouble for failing to kill Varro. It is actually to our benefit that he is in charge of House Varro now. What you are in trouble for is revealing yourself to the Inquisition.
Yes, First Talon.
And I guess now our plan for your next target. Null and void. Do not go near Commander Cullen tonight. We need him.
Yes, First Talon.
We need him now. You have a new target, Narcisse Cantori. And not just the ones Dorothea gave you. She looks and you see two crows appear out of the shadows and they close the door. You see a crow mage cast a bubble of silence around you. Your loyalty has been called into question by my grandson Ilario. So you are given a task to prove your loyalty. You are to kill Zevran Arenai. If you do not, you will be excommunicated from the crows, and I will send Lucanus to kill you. And you and I both very well know, if you and him are to fight, Lucanus will win. And if anything should happen to Ilario before Zevran dies, you will die, for I will know it is you. If Zevran Arenai is not killed within the next 3 months, then I will order Lucanus and Valerius to hunt you.
Yes, First Talon.
And if you breathe a word of your new contract to Valerius de Riva, you will be slain. This is your last chance, Cantori. Do not forget that before the crows you were nothing but a little whorehouse-born person. Without us, you would still be that person. Without us, you would be forced to work in that whorehouse. Without us, you would not have been able to become who you really are. We accepted you, as we do all who wish to change, to become who they truly are. Do you really think the whore master of Antiva City would have allowed that?
No, First Talon.
Good. And she was your first contract and you performed it phenomenally. But since then, failure upon failure upon failure. And Ilario suspects you are working with Zevran. This is your last chance. If he doesn't die, you do.
Understood, First Talon.
And if you tell Dorothea and Zevran does not die, so will she. But if you are successful in killing Zevran Arenai, you will be named 8th Talon.
Thank you, First Talon.
Now get out of my sight and do not come before me again without Zevran's head.
And Bambi, eyes still downcast, just turns
Look
like he's like,
me in the eye. Do you accept
Yes.
your contracts?
yes, First Talon.
Now good. And if anyone hears of your new contract, they won't be safe. And she just walks out of the room, strutting, her usual Katarina strut, and goes back and sits back next to the king.
Narcisse, as with the other two crows, do they leave?
They disappeared.
Okay. Yeah, Narcisse just doesn't even make it to the door, just like slumps down against the wall, sobbing.
No, we're gonna give a little character moment here. Ulrich, as you're walking past this room, you hear crying.
Ulrich will investigate.
You poke your head into a dark room to see Bambi curled up against a wall, crying.
Whoa, 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 whoa. He'll, comforting. Probably will just, like, get on one knee. Probably not touch, because he doesn't know if Bambi wants touch or anything like that. He's like, hey, what happened? Who attacked? What happened? Who do I need to punch? What happened?
No, I'm fine.
Nah, no, you're not. Kid.
It's all going to be fine.
Yeah, I ain't buying that. What happened?
You are with the Inquisition a while, yes?
Yeah.
How did you do this every day? You'll go out, you might die, and when I died, it was like I was falling forever, and then I woke up again, but then, how do you, do they not kill you when you get it wrong?
Ulrich will sit down on the ground and lean his back against the wall next to Bambi. I've been with the Inquisition since a little after it formed. I worked as a scout, as a cartographer, still a cartographer, and I would map out areas where we had camps and safe places, and notes of where rifts were in those areas. And yeah, it was dangerous. I had a few close calls. I've lost people. I was never punished. Here's the thing. Did you ever hear about the Battle of Denerim? Some years back during the Fifth Blight.
They don't know shit about what happened outside Antiva. They, after...
No, he does not. As you hear a voice in the corner as the doors close, and popping up is a blonde elf with tan skin, and you recognize the Hero Ferelden squad, Ulrich Zevran, of the crow who helped. Goes, oh no, don't mind me. Please do explain my heroism to dear Bambi. And that's where we're gonna cut that conversation off for a minute.
Ah! I was gonna say something that was totally gonna deflate him, but okay.
And then we're going to move over to... before we go into Amaris and Asher having a romantic, scene, we're going to go into Ellie and Bull drinking. And first, real quick, before you have your swing with Bull, before you get too drunk, Einar does walk back up and he goes, Bull, was it? Yeah. Might I borrow Elara for a moment? Sure. Are you coming back?
Hey.
Are you coming back?
Of course I'm coming back.
Bet. Crem, is that what the kids say now? And you hear yeah, Chief. Cool.
You did not tell me Krem was here,
Krem
and that is a crime.
Krem is here.
That is a crime.
The Bulls Chargers are here. All the Chargers are here. Because
Most
they work for Dorian now. So, as you get up, you go over the Einar. I have to get the sad music back.
Oh, see, you used my full name and now I feel like I'm in trouble.
You're not in trouble, Ellie.
Oh, thank God. Mythos tits, thank goodness.
But I might be.
Yeah, I feel like we're used to that, though.
He he leads you outside to the gardens, and then he just... and Liliana walks out with, and he goes, you were always a good recruit, a good friend. We
Oh shit, are you getting divorced?
No. Far from it.
Do I have to kill one of you?
No.
Hi.
We have a question for
You
you.
should have warned me first. You have a question for me.
I have a question for you before I tell you what I need to tell you. And Liliana moves her hand over her stomach. Our little one already has a godfather in King Alistair. But if anything should happen to Alistair, we want you to take care of our daughter.
I'm gonna be an auntie?
You and so many others, yes. Twice, actually. From what we can tell.
You mean twice?
From what we can tell, Liliana is having twins.
You got two in there?
That's the good news.
You can fit two in there?
Human bodies can do weird things, but anyway, and Liliana, teary-eyed, she leaves the room as he goes...
I wasn't trying to be rude, Lily.
No, he puts his hand on his face and you see a magic fade as an illusion of what he used to look like disappears. He is heavily blighted.
Oh, coast and fuck.
It's 20 years. The calling comes soon enough. I tried to find a cure, but I'm living my life with Liliana until we're hoping I can make it to the little ones. I don't have many years unless they figure this out. Maybe 10. And he's like wheezing with every breath. He looks kind of half darkspawn at this point. His eyes are white. He's got spikes growing out of the back of his head. He's got, in place of his beard, he has like Herlock spikes growing. I need to warn you, though. Corypheus wasn't the only one. There's another one. I thought I killed him. The architect is not dead.
He's in?
No. He's sped up my blight.
I was gonna ask maybe if this was because of the archdemon thing.
No.
Motherfucker's dead.
He can't. I don't know how...
Find a way.
Find out how the Inquisitor did it. We don't know how. There's no way. The archdemons will be reborn in any darkspawn nearby unless a Grey Warden kills them. Ellie, that's why a Grey Warden is needed. I know they don't tell you outright, but unless a Grey Warden kills an archdemon, they will be reborn. But with Corypheus and the Architect and their ilk, they can take over a Grey Warden's body. You must promise me you are nowhere near the Architect when he dies. Liliana is going back to our home in Highever to be with Fergus and my nephew and my new niece and my family. And I am heading into the Fade to hunt him. If I fail, I only trust a few. I've told Elgar'nan, I've told Alistair, and I'm telling you. You are my favorite student. You were promising, reckless, and most of all, caring. You care about everyone, you care about the world. Do not let anyone else die because of my mistakes. I could have worked with the Architect and maybe he wouldn't be as he is. His head twitches. Maybe if I'd worked with him, he would have been kinder, but I tried to kill him instead.
You don't know that. He's a creature of the blight. He's not controlled by his own faults. He's controlled by an impulsion to do something.
No, he's
Calling
not.
from
No,
the
he's
Archdemon.
no, he's not. He's not compelled by the Archdemon. He can control them. He can manipulate them. And I've learned something else. That your Inquisitor, the Inquisitor may know. Your gods, Ellie. The Archdemons are linked to them. I did something foolish. I walked the Black City to find a cure for the calling. I had
You went
heard
to the Black City.
when Corypheus confronted the Inquisitor, he said it was black already. It's worse than that, Ellie. It's all blight. And your gods, I've seen them.
You mean they're real? I mean, I just met someone who said he was one of my gods, and I don't still know if I think that's real. Are you saying this is shit real?
I saw one and killed him. I killed Fen'Harel. With the help of another Grey Warden, Anders. And I'm telling you this because I'm leaving tonight with Anders again. We will find Hawk in the Fate. And we will kill the Architect. And if we fail, you have to help whoever is left. He seems like every word he's speaking is painful.
Yeah.
And then he touches the Grey Warden medallion around his neck and his face reverts to normal and he is... Ellie, you are my favorite student, the kindest, the strongest, the wisest. And as tears roll down his cheek, and I'm so sorry that I couldn't be a better teacher.
No, you don't do any of that now.
You
were the best teacher.
Well,
You're
hopefully...
the whole reason why I'm still here.
Well, hopefully when my twins, Orin and Oriana, are born, you can teach them like I taught you. And at that moment, he just goes, I'll see you inside. As he walks inside. And a little moment, for those who may not remember, Orin and Oriana are the name of Fergus's wife who died in the Kuslan origin, and Kuslan's nephew who was killed by Howe. And he walks in.
See it.
And Ellie, you are there. You can return to the party. Or you can...
Probably gonna take a beat outside because she just found out that her gods are real, which she didn't really believe in, that her mentor is dying.
Listen,
that the Black City's real, and it's full of blight, and
that
she
was...
just got told a lot
I
of
hope you guys
world-shattering
know
things.
how
And
hard
none
that...
of us are processing it.
I hope that you guys know how hard that was to write that about my warden. And I had to have him kill one of the Evanuris just because their archdemon was already dead. You know, we're just going to say, I don't know if it's true or not, that Uthemiel, the 5th Blight's archdemon, was the one connected to Fen'Harel, just so we can. So we could double dose.
Don't you just love throwing your OC into a Tupperware?
I started tearing...
Shaking them
I
all
started tearing up just even writing this about him. I was like, but he's supposed to be happy. And I was like, but the trauma. So...
Like I said, shaking the Tupperware.
As he walks away, you turn back, Ellie, and you see Liliana just smile at you. And she just says, "If you could come to High Eva when you're done whatever you're doing, I'd love that."
I'll be there.
And they both walk inside. And now we're going to pan to Amaris.
When they walk away, she's gonna wait a beat till out of earshot. She goes, "Fuck, I hate High Ever."
So, Amaris. We're keeping the same music because it's the Thedas love theme anyway. You are laying in bed just cuddling with your unrequited love for quite a while. Longing glances finally smooched. Just, well, I don't know about you, but that was worth the wait.
The wait. Oh, we could have been doing that for much longer.
I guess we'll have to make up for lost time.
Have you been alright, Asher?
The Archon is moving quickly. He's appointing new magisters. He's appointed a foreign magister.
He do that. Amaris looks uphold.
He had support from numerous people for it, foreign dignitaries. And I'm having to introduce you to him when we get back. Fucking Ferelden.
Is this new Magister aligned?
He is from Ferelden's circle. He seems a good sort, but you'll see. But enough of that for now, and he just looks deep in your eyes. I know you are promised to another, but as far as I'm concerned, Amaris Varro, behind closed doors, you are mine, and I am yours. I may be divine, but I only worship you behind these doors.
And I both know you are stronger without any unsure attachments to me. It's simply how things must be, Emma. That is enough.
And why must it be? I have the power to. And you now, as head of House Varro. The Archon is not forbidden to wed into Winter, and you're head of your house. Something to think on, Amaris. Without support of Magister Pavus, you know that.
You have made your support quite clear. These are the dangerous times to be shedding so much light. Others prefer to hide. That is why I worry for you.
With
And
that, Magister Dorian and I are putting together a new little initiative. With the Lucerni gone, we are taking our actions underground. We have a little base set up in Docktown, calling ourselves the Shadow Dragons. And
name?
before we head back, we have a little time. He undoes the time slow spell. I need to introduce you to the other leader of the Shadow Dragons. That's not me. And he leads you out of his home and knocks on, or like into the front door, knocks on the door. And the door opens and you see an elven man with like short white hair with his sides completely shaved, lyrium tattoos covering his entire body, and a colossal sword on his back. You must be Magister Varro. You may call me Fenris. A pleasure.
It's that you have been busy.
I enjoy killing Venatori. And I will. I'm very good at it.
I like him, Asher.
Many do. He helped the champion of Kirkwall for many years. Hawk is dear to me. And with her gone, I can only point my sword at the Venatori. I'm at your service, Magister Varro. My name was once used by my old master, Donarius, as an insult to his little wolf. But you can consider me the Shadow Dragon's attack dog.
Dwarves can grow to bear their fangs and get much fiercer than others would give them credit for.
And
We are honored to have you.
I will be doing some hunting. There's some Venatori in the Magisterium who are out and about tonight. And I think their heads would look very good on the gates of Minrathous. As his lyrium tattoos glow, and then he just turns and walks away. And Asher, he is very good at what he does. Very.
Might have a new favorite. Teasing. I will pat his cheek. Where you find
I
such
can
helpful friends?
I wish I could tell you that I can confirm he is good fun, but it seems ever since he lost Hawk, he says his touch is for no one but the champion.
We honor that devotion.
I respect his need for vengeance. But it's important we keep him and the Inquisitor at a good distance.
It would be wise of action.
Now shall we return to the party and I'll introduce you to our new Magister.
There is one thing I should tell you. Before we go. And Amaris is going to use his psychic bond to make a telepathic connection between himself and Asher for the time being, and he will just disclose. I have been dreaming of the Black City and the blight that now surrounds it.
The Blight.
There is one who calls himself the Architect that has promised us much. Says he can overturn the Magisterium from what it searches for the days of glory to one that favors our own ideals. Sounds too good to be true, therefore it must be. I need to know if you have been made
That
such
just sounds like Corypheus with better morals, but not much. No, I have not. Keep me updated if you hear from him again.
will be the first to know.
Well, thank
Just
you.
needed to be sure.
And he intervenes, says, "Thank you, my love," and gives you a kiss. Now, Amatis, shall we go?
Shall you just have a little bit of, and Amaris is going to just show away one of the straight diamonds that had fallen just off his shoulder.
And he puts his cloak back on, and you walk back through the door, and you are back in the ballroom. And as you walk up, you're approached, and he goes, "Ah, the man of the hour. Might I introduce you to our newest Magister Anders of Ferelden." And you see a man with long blonde hair tied back into a half ponytail, with feathered pauldrons and a long suit, and a short beard. "Ah, pleasure to meet you. And he holds out a hand for like a Ferelden handshake, like a thick handshake.
Amaris is so amused, but very curious. Magister Anders. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Welcome.
Have not picked a family name yet, but Yes. It's nice to be here. I had so many new friends and old friends. And you see him like, kind of eyeing the hero Ferelden, but like avoiding being seen by him. Good to meet you. Yes, it seems the Archon requests my presence, and you see his eyes flash blue a little bit. And using the telepathic bond, Asher tells you, he's the one who blew up Kirkwall's chantry and started the Mage Rebellion in the south. The Archon overwent a magisterium decision and appointed him anyway, and said any that disagreed would be stripped of their magisterium seat.
The Archon would do well to remember he sits at the head of the magisterium, but the head can always be beheaded.
He's also an abomination. A spirit of justice is bonded to him, so a demon of vengeance. We'll be keeping an eye on him.
Would be wise.
He's already having big plans of freeing the mages in the south permanently. And the Archon apparently is considering war with Antiva. And we
Place
both...
does Antiva have in all this? They've kept to their own. Their queen has married off her sons and daughters for that reason.
They plan on, from what I understand, simply taking Antiva because it's easy to take. And then taking Orlais, and finally Ferelden. I will not have it. I'm sicking Fenris on our new Magister.
Do you sick the dog onto the dog, or the hand that carries the leash, I wonder?
We'll see.
Be careful.
So now, he goes, I must go, Amatus. And he goes, I have to negotiate with the rulers. And he just...
Slowly, thank you for your prayers.
Of-
Iris will say out loud.
Of course, my lord. And then in his mind he's like, thankfully this new era shock is far calmer than the previous one. As he walks away.
Fun on that table.
You see Alistair talking still, and the era shock just... And as you walk past, you just hear the era shock say, I did not miss your jokes, Alistair. And I said, oh, by the way, Archon, you got any cheese? So,
Party reunions.
we're going to pan now to, actually, we're going to take a break. And when we come back, it's time for, Mira and Cullen to go on their walk. And then for Narcisse and Ulrich to have a chat with the Crow Killer.
Severin.
Told y'all this was going to be full of cameos, and some of them were going to be just blink and you miss them, and some of them were going to be very important. Like Bull, blinking. Bull's here for... He's not here for a long time. Like, most of the... Einar was here to make Ellie sad. But Fenris is here for a long time. Dorian's here for a long time. Asher's here for a long time. Katarina's here for a long time.
Love it.
But anyway, guys, we will be right back. And when we return, the party will... Well, first, Mira's going to get flirted with. And then Narcisse is going to have the opposite happen. But we will see you guys in a few minutes. Welcome back, everyone. Who's ready for flirting and trauma as we get through this ball?
That's actually what we call this episode.
Flirting and trauma.
Flirting and trauma.
All right,
Trauma
so
is a love language.
speaking of flirting, first, Mira, You're out on your walk with Cullen. You're just walking, and you guys are in the Archon's palace. You're walking on like the little balcony overlooking Minrathous, this beautiful magical city. And in the distance, you can see Arlethan, the ruins of Arlethan.
Oh, okay.
And Cullen leans against the banister and goes, I don't know if you've ever seen it, so I thought maybe I'd show you a view.
That's very kind. I haven't seen much. Is that strange to say? I just, until recently, I hadn't seen, much of anything.
You and me both. Until I joined the Inquisition, I only knew my life as a Templar. But I left the Order, and I'm very against how they treat mages. So you're aware.
That's good to know.
It's a whole thing. I had to. The Inquisitor helped me. The Inquisitor helped me a great deal. But before that, I only knew the Circle, and knew nothing of anything but my daily duties in Ferelden and Kirkwall, and never really knew. Maker, I'm bad at this. Never really knew how to talk to a pretty girl. Just the only one I ever. And he kind of trails off. He kind of seems like he's going, that's in the past, but it's not something they teach you in the Inquisition either. You'd think being around Dorian, I would have learned a thing or two how to talk to people, but
Well, not pretty girls, though.
fair. Well, I swear, I had no idea that man flirts as well as with women as he does men, and then he just boops them on the nose and walks away.
Oh, that. Actually, yeah, that sounds right. From my limited experience. So, no, I've never seen Arlethan. I'm aware that we just met, but are you religious?
That's a difficult question to answer of late. I think I still do believe in the Maker, but there have been times my faith has been shaken. Obviously, with
What do you do when your faith is shaken?
I guess it depends on what shook it. For me, it was seeing Corypheus and seeing his claims that the Golden City was empty, always black.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yep. What if someone... What if you, essentially were given proof that your maker was not what you thought?
What if you saw what if the Dreadwolf Fen'Harel told you to your face that Ghilan'nain was a liar? Read Ulrich's report.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Yeah, what about that? What would you do in that situation, considering, and say maybe if you fully have that tattooed on your face?
Varric would say that Solus never quite lies, clever half-truths and disguised words, but that's a load of Mabari shit. Solus lies. Solus does nothing but lie. He lied to Inquisitor Adar, he lied to me, he lied to everyone for for multiple years. And he and I were never close, but we were at least somewhat friends, and but I'll tell you this. I had Corypheus to my face tell me that my god did not exist. And he didn't. There's no proof. I don't think I believe as much as I used to. I tend to believe more in the fact that people doing their best and showing kindness is what the Maker really is. Because at the end of the day, if he gives people faith in their good heart, it's not such a bad thing. Yes, there are people who use them for evil ends. Just look at Look at the circles of Magi. Look how they treated the Dalish.
Mm-hmm.
I can't speak for if your gods are real or if they're monsters like Solus claims. From everything the Inquisitor thinks, they were monsters, not gods. But I did... Let's continue our walk. I called in a request from a friend, actually, to show you something.
Okay.
He walks, and you'll walk on one of those teleportation circles, and you're in the middle of Arlathan Forest.
Oh.
There's a bunch of Hala running and playing. He
That's nice.
so he goes, Solus had a trick,
Mm-hmm.
and Seeker Pentagast was able to replicate it for any of the elven members of the Inquisition who no longer wanted the Valasleen. And I still have my Templar abilities. If you would like. If you don't leave.
That's very kind. I think she's looking at all of Arlathan around her and kind of like what the remnants of what was. Even if I don't think that Ghilan'nain is what I thought, these connect me to where I came from, to my home, to the clan I left behind, to the people that raised me. And even if the person that I thought I was tying myself to might be different, I don't think that means that I should erase history.
Actually, kind of... Oh, sorry.
But if it happens again, or if I decide later down the line, I can let you know.
He just kind of looks down at you, does like a little side smile, and he's... I admire your conviction to your people and your home, and a little faith is always good. And
Right.
this place really is beautiful.
It is.
And he just turns
The
and he's like,
magic is different here. Can you feel that? I've never talked to a Templar before.
I can sense magic to an extent, but I haven't taken lyrium in 2 years, so I still have a bit of my power, but not a lot. So is it your elven magic? So like Arlathan Force, is it your elven magic that makes you beautiful, or is that...
No, I think that's probably my parents. Probably.
Sorry, I'm very bad at giving compliments, and he just...
You keep saying that, but you're really not bad at it.
But you'd rather I stopped.
Not necessarily. I just I'm not used to it.
Well, if that's the...
I grew up with like a lot of the same people, and we didn't see other clans all that often, especially after we, you know,
well,
stopped moving as much.
if I can understand that, being in the circle. I also learned one thing there. I know we have not known each other a good long while, but I have learned from the past that sometimes you don't get a chance to say the things you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
But I very much enjoyed meeting you here tonight, and perhaps instead of returning to the bowl, we can just enjoy here, together. Forget about everything else going on. Forget about the gods, the Maker, the Antam. Just be people. It's been too long since I've just been Cullen.
That would be nice. I think that for a moment, she gets like a flash of like the alluvian in the corner of her eye, the feeling of something watching her, the indecision, the contempt on Solus's face. Like, I think her mind kind of races with everything that happened over the last little bit. And then she says, I don't think we can escape for the whole night, but I think I would like to be Mira for a couple of hours. And she's going to lead him over and teach him how to feed a challah.
You want to teach...
And I think that that's like what she's focusing on.
Okay, we'll cut back to Cullen and Mira in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh
my god.
Listen, they're gonna kiss.
She's just so aware of everything else going on.
I know. Ulrich's so proud.
Actually, you know what? As you guys are feeding the challah, he like maybe sees you distracted for a moment, like looking away. A few good time, and he starts feeding the challah. And without you noticing, he puts his finger on the bottom of your chin and tilts it up towards his face. Says, "Seems like you need more of a distraction than just the challah." And he leans in and gives you a kiss.
She will kiss him back, and for a couple of hours, she gets to be just Mira.
And that's what we're going. We're gonna leave it at that. And then now we're gonna pan to the opposite kind of conversation. How you doing there, Bambi?
Everything's great. Everything's so awesome.
Oh, no, it's fine. Oh, no, man, who I owe my life to and all of that. I'm my favorite person in the world. I deserve more fanfare than these tears. No tears for Zevran.
Yeah, Ulrich looks a little unimpressed by the whole, like, oh, look at, like Zevran's, like, I get, he's taking this as playful boasting. He's like, yeah, I didn't exactly see all the real excitement going on with the Archdemon. I was kind of busy being buried under rubble.
Oh, well, it seems like you got out of it. Good for you. And he pats you on the head.
Zevran.
Oh, I heard everything, Bambi. You're supposed to kill me under orders of Lady Katarina.
Whoa! Okay.
Oops! Was I not supposed to say that out loud?
That escalated. Okay. Should I be here? Is this crow business? Is this some crow business?
Oh, well, if you leave. Well, you already know enough, unless Bambi wishes you to leave.
Oh, stay. This... You don't get to have this attitude, Zevran. You left.
That is what I do. I stay till I am needed, and then I leave. You didn't need me anymore.
Yes, I did.
You only think you did, Bambi.
I was a child.
Yes, and very good at killing things. You didn't need me anymore. I'm a little upset about you joining the crows and all, but not much I can do to help that. Or staying with the crows, I should say.
Okay, there's a history between you two. Can I get some clarification of what the relationship is here so I can know how to judge it and how to interact?
Zevran is the reason I survived training at all. He was like father, older brother, weird almost uncle thing.
I like weird almost uncle. It has a nice vibe to it.
Zevran.
Oh, sorry.
And then he left and he went down to the damn warden business.
Well, to be fair, I left, and then, the Grey Warden, they kicked the shit out of me. You've seen him. He's quite a big fellow. He's very good at fighting. And also, the very, very large, the Airshok at the table, he was there. How am I supposed to fight that guy? That guy is... But there were some... You know what? But I convinced the Warden to let me join him, and I left the crows. Leaving the crows is the best thing I've ever done in my life. You should try it. Ha! Only if you make yourself a friend, a very, very, very powerful friend, who can keep you safe from the crows, until you start killing them all. I was planning on trying to kill Katarina tonight, but it looks like that's not in the cards for me.
Oh boy.
No, leaving the crows is a death sentence.
So you
You
say,
leave, they track you down.
and then you just keep killing the crows they send after you. It's an easy way of life.
For you,
Oh, you're quite skilled enough. And there's no darkspawn here to kill you, so I mean, you get to avoid the stuff I went through at least.
oh, you have no idea. Twice yesterday.
Twice what? Am I missing something? I apologize. Bambi. I do not... You know me. I deflect with humor, but it was not my choice to leave and never come back. I would be a crow to this day if I had not met the warden. But I stand by. Leaving the crows was the smartest thing I ever did. I just wish I was able to get you and Valerius out before I left. He's been fully brainwashed by Viago. I don't know if you have, but the crows are not all they're cracked up to be. Katarina is his first talent, yes, but there's a reason Lucanus and Niliario have no parents. It's because they sent them to kill me. I did not want to kill them. They tried to kill me first. Well, to be fair, they tried to kill me and then...
Shut up!
No, I wasn't finished. The warden
No,
crushed...
shut up!
But they crushed their skulls.
Shut up, Zevran! No,
It is not... It's not the worst thing to leave the crows.
no. You do not get to say this after all these years. You do not get to come back in here, start making jokes, because my life is forfeit unless I kill you.
Oh, that! There's a simple solution. Kill someone so big and so important and so evil that Katarina has to forgive you for letting me go.
You know that that's not what this is about. This is about Katarina culling the weak.
And are you weak? I'm going to answer that for you. No, you're not. Narcissus, you are not weak.
You've been gone a long time.
Well, if you survived fighting Darkspawn, as you inferred earlier, then you are not weak at all. Your name, I don't know your name. Would you say Narcissus is weak?
The name is Ulrich, first of all. I haven't seen much of the kid's fighting capabilities, but he managed to survive an ogre. 2 of them. So I'd say he's pretty hardy.
See?
Got skill at least.
First time I fought an ogre, Alistair had to literally punch my heart back to starting. And then Wynn healed me because Alistair did a really bad job. But, you know. I failed as many times as I succeeded against these massive creatures. You can do very well outside the crows, especially if you team up with someone they cannot touch, like the Inquisition.
Oh boy.
You think Katarina would risk angering Inquisitor Adar? Haha, Antiva will be destroyed overnight.
Well, they're probably not going to be happy to learn already that a crow infiltrated the Inquisition.
Oh, they already know. I told Liliana early.
You told her?
Oh, yes! I told
What
Liliana...
the fuck?
Well, I was hoping they would try to turn you over to the Inquisition, you know, recruit you for the good cause, but it seems as though Varric didn't quite get around to that yet, from what I understand. Apparently he had a big speech planned while you were in the deep roads, but he couldn't get to go.
Of course he did.
And that's why I'm here. To tell you that the crows cannot touch the Inquisition. The crows have no standing army. The Inquisition has the Chancery now. And if you think there's a single crow alive that stands a chance against Inquisitor Adar, or the Iron Bull, or any of them, then you're sorely mistaken. Hell, I don't stand a chance against any of them. Viago and Lucanus would die so fast if they tried to fight any of the Inquisition. Have you seen that Cole kid? He disappears!
He's weird. Yeah, no, he's weird.
He disappears and then stabs somebody 20 feet away.
Yeah, no.
And not like a crow disappears. He literally disappears. Narcisse. If there's one organization...
Nodding at that.
If there is an organization that can keep you safe from the crows, it is the Inquisition. And then you don't have to kill me. So I guess you have 2 options, Narcisse. Fight me, or leave the crows. You have your choices. If you wish to come find me, I'll make it easy for you. I won't relish it, but if you truly are just another crow, you'll learn why my name is Crow Killer. It'll be the hardest kill I ever do. But I'm hoping you make the good choice. I'll see you later.
Bambi surges forward. And in one fell move, immediately hugs Zevran. And he looks so small against Zevran. Not just like in size, but just... He looks like that child again that Zevran taught in like the secret extra hours when most of the fledglings were in bed, when they'd all gone to sleep and Bambi knew that like they were next on the chopping block, and Zevran took pity on them to help train them, and they look like that child again as they sob into Zevran's shoulder.
He hugs, and he just goes, I really, really hope you make the good decision. Don't be like me. Don't kill someone you care about to please the crows. And a puff of feathers, and he's gone.
Bambi is shaking as he turns to look to Ogren and says,
I'm Ulrich.
"Oh, why did Ogren? I know words and names. I'm really good at that. No, Ogren is canonically right there in the corner, just watching all of this. It's like, what are you doing here?
Get gross. Anyway.
Bambi turns to look to Ulrich. Sorry.
So,
Should we go get some air?
do you want this air alone? Or do you need someone?
I could do with a friend.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
We're gonna do this. We might as well do it now.
Bambi follows you out and is definitely like the heels of his palm wiping away tears. And is secretly inside like, wait, Ulrich just said that we're friends?
He did not say that out loud. He did
But
not
it was
confirm or
implied.
deny.
It was close
Nope.
enough.
Nope, he never, nope. Never confirmed or denied.
And
Then-
outside,
Yep.
do we see Mira and Cullen kissing?
No, they're all the way in
No,
Arlethan Forest.
They're away.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
somewhere else.
Damn.
Teleportation circle.
Teleportation. Sorry.
If you want something nice, I will allow Cole to let you see us come back.
Well, it's gonna
If
happen.
you would
It's
like
gonna
a
happen
fun
a little
thing.
bit later.
Yeah, I'm imagining this is all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
So the party continues on. Amaris is approached by many eligible bachelors and bachelorettes to try to flirt. I'm imagining Amaris is just, You notice someone is missing, though, Amaris. Your betrothed is not anywhere to be seen.
I am going to just like lightly tug Dorian's wrist. Have you seen Lucretius?
No. Come to think of it. That's not a good sign.
This is not a good time for that tone, Dorian. What do you mean?
He was supposed to be here to greet you as head of your house. I'll look into it.
I am going to, if you would allow, try and cast Sending to Lucretius.
Okay.
And Amaris is simply going to say, my friends, I was expecting to see you tonight. Where are you? Presence has not noticed. Or lack thereof.
You feel him receive this ending and not respond.
He is not responding to me, Dorian. He never not responds. Quite frankly, I'm insulted.
Really? That's interesting. And as that's happening, Ellie, you walk out. You're about to walk back in as Bambi and Ulrich walk out, and they see you looking sad.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Bambi
Alright,
immediately hugs Ellie.
Well, she's just gonna wrap. She has no idea what's happening, obviously, but she just wraps him in a giant hug and kind of like side eyes Ulrich a little bit.
Do you need comforting too? Because you look sad as fuck too. What the fuck is happening?
Is this a group hug situation?
No.
Bambi says, crying once more.
This whole party,
Ulrich,
the whole party
come join
is
the group hug, Ulrich.
so. of the 5 party members, 2 are sad, 2 are having lovey-dovey moments with their person that they like. 1 much more so than the other. And, well, one's getting more lovey-dovey and the other one's getting more burning passion. And then one is in the middle like, why is everything happening to everyone?
I'm just Ulrich.
I think every party just needs a guy.
Guy.
Oh my god! Oh no! Ulrich's this group's Varric. He's their guy.
Raise the guy.
He's their just a guy. Because think about it.
You became Tetris.
Tetris. Think about it, because in
Damn it, Tetris.
Because think about it.
Oh,
Think
no.
about it. Think about it.
Lived long enough to become Tetris.
Because
Ulrich's worst nightmare.
think about it. In DA2 and Inquisition, what is Varric other than, I'm just the guy who helps all my buddies out?
Sorry,
The
Bambi,
guy
you've
who
been
makes
uprooted.
maps and got dragged into the middle of all this shit.
Pretty much. And then in Velgard's the only time he's a leader until he's not. But we're not going to spoil things.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're not gonna get into that. Anyway.
Permanent floor
Yes.
time.
Bambi like opens an arm to Ulrich. Expectantly.
I'm not. I'm not.
Oh, come on, Ellie Gray.
Puppy eyes,
Pulls him
crying.
in.
Yep.
As you guys are hugging, you see 2 of the Magisters leaving the party quickly. And you recognize one of them as one of your targets.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, Miata. I need to go kill some people. I'll be back later.
Right now here.
Yeah.
Are you
In my
treating me
defense,
right
it's on the
mindset?
Inquisition's orders this time.
Oh, are you in the right mindset?
Absolutely not.
And you can't put a pin in it. It's got to be tonight.
See.
Got it. Can the 2 of you let go of me now?
So shake
Oh,
up,
right,
be a great
yeah.
party.
So, are you all following?
I ain't following Bambi to his assassination target. I assume. Do you? There's 2 of them. Can you handle? Is it both of them or just one of them? What's?
I'm good at handling 2 people at a time.
Me too.
I feel like I learned more about the 2 of you than I really wanted to, in more ways than one.
So, on that note, we're gonna do one last sweet moment before the end times. We're gonna pan back to Mira. Her and Cullen are laying out, just in the forest. They are unclothed, but they did not have sex. Because she wasn't ready, and Cullen respected that.
Aww.
And
He's a
Cullen,
sweet
Yeah.
innocent
That is
baby,
great
and
for
you met
Cullen.
him
Damn, boy.
today.
Cullen just looks at you and goes, well, Maka, that was... Well, we had a little bit of fun.
Right. Yeah.
And hopefully... Yeah, I'm just going to ask, would you like to get food with me? While you're still in Minrathous, and I am as well. It's... humans call it a date.
I think she looks at him and literally is just like, elves call it a date too.
Right!
Yeah.
Right. A date.
Yeah.
I'm asking you on a date.
Sure. So, I don't actually know how long we're here, but
Tomorrow, then?
sure, I can do tomorrow.
I'll...
I will have to let people know so they don't think that I disappeared because there's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I think that'd be nice.
Excellent. I should probably And he starts putting his clothes back on, and he's like,
Mm-hmm.
he just looks down and he just goes, sorry, just admiring before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. She for sure like puts her dress back on, regrows flowers that have become disattached from her dress, because this was a romp in the forest. And she's just, it was very nice to spend time with you, Commander. And nice to put a face to names.
He reaches down, puts his hand on the side of your cheek, and sort of goes, I would say you can call me Cullen, but my desire is your command, so you can call me whatever you like.
We should get back. I don't... Oh no, what if Ulrich is mad? I don't know. Did we tell him I left? She immediately is like, oh god!
Ulrich is fine. As
She's so used to being like almost the youngest person in the group and Ulrich being like right next to her to answer questions, and she's like, I left him! We left! Like...
I don't have my Wikipedia with me.
How must I translate?
So he just
Yeah.
takes your hand and like holds it like as you guys walk back and walk back through that little teleportation Minrathous circle, and you teleport into a different spot as Bambi is running off, and you teleport in front of Ulrich and Ellie holding hands.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi.
Have you
How
guys
are
ever been
you?
to Arlithin? It's really nice.
Is it now? He's looking between me, Mira, and Colin.
Anyway.
Colin's beat red, and he just goes, right, I should probably return and ask Liliana what's happened. And then he kisses Mira's hand, and he just goes, until tomorrow, my dear. And then he just walks away.
So Bambi was stalking off, but like, he's like, Mira, I may die, so I do need you to come with me.
What? Oh, why?
Come.
Why might you die?
I'm going to murder someone for money. Come, come.
No, I don't. Do I get?
Please.
Do I get
hear
paid? She's like, she's following
I'll buy you a
him.
pastry. I'll buy you a
Okay.
pastry. Also, I did eat your flour. It was very tasty.
That was poisonous.
Oh, yes. No,
said
I'm used to
that.
that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So much is happening all of a sudden.
You guys do know. You guys do know that we have potions, right? Like you can. And then she remembers what happened to Bambi, and she's like, "I'm coming.
Amaris,
I'm coming."
you don't hear Bambi, but you do hear Mira like going. That's all you hear.
Like, she's like, "Who distressed my tiny little child?"
And we're gonna headcanon, like you see Cullen walk in, like kind of looking back, and you're the person he called in a favor with for the teleportation. We're gonna headcanon, like he asked you and
Aw.
Dorian, and you went, here you go.
Absolutely.
But you see Narcisse pulling Mira's hand, like guiding her somewhere.
I don't have... Shit. Fuck.
Yeah, to be clear, like, Bambi's not inviting everyone along with him, but, like, if they want to come with him, he's not going to stop them.
I like that he's not asking anybody else, but he did say Mira
Yes.
has to go.
Yes, because Mira has to come.
Exactly, bring a weapon with him because he couldn't get away with carrying his weapon. He doesn't carry daggers. He doesn't use daggers, and his hatchets are gone.
Yeah, so Ellie and Ulrich don't have
I have a
weapons.
thigh dagger.
Oh, you guys
I have a thigh dagger.
should not.
It's
yeah, I also have-
it's not going to require crazy combat. It's going to be a roleplay thing. So
Nice.
unless Bambi royally fucks up.
Mira is following Bambi. She honestly at this point she just made out with somebody and she's happy to be included, and now Bambi is her friend. That is where her thought process is. Her thought process is like,
Mira's like, I have friends. I kissed a cute boy.
and I am useful, and she's happy about it.
She's like skipping after Bambi.
Yeah, she's like, I'm useful.
Ulrich is just
Mars would
do you
love
want
to
to go
find-
and help Bambi, or do you want to go get drunk?
Please let the melee fighters go get drunk.
Yeah, you guys go get drunk.
Go bond.
It's at that point Iron Bull appears and puts his arms around both of your shoulders. All right, we have more people to get drunk with. Oh shit! Hey, Ulrich.
Hi, Iron Bull.
Krem, your favorite person to get drunk with is here.
Okay.
But don't worry.
Go make out with Krem for me.
He's like, don't worry. We didn't. We didn't.
Look, come for me too,
He's like,
please.
don't worry.
Same.
We didn't bring Grim. I know how he creeps you out.
Just a little bit. Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of weird, right? He doesn't talk at all, and then when he does, he just goes, her. You can tell Bull is sauced out of his mind, and he's like, we have a game to finish, and Krem, if you lose out drinking to Ulrich, you guys gotta make out.
When did we agree? When did I agree to that?
If he wants to. Otherwise, Krem, you can make out with. I don't know, pick somebody. Just like walk in.
Ulrich's just being dragged everywhere. He's being forced into hugs. He is not built to be an emotional support dwarf.
Hey,
yet
don't
he
worry.
Somehow ended up as that role.
Hey, don't worry. When we end up back in Pharrell, then Ulrich can be the focus, and we can get into his family story.
I think Ulrich is kind of like when you get a pit bull and then it becomes your emotional support pit bull and it deals with you putting clothes on it. Like, it wasn't bred for this task, but it does it really well.
That is Ulrich.
He's just here.
Ulrich is the pit bull being grabbed by the Great Dane right now. And Ellie is the corgi. So, with that, as you guys walk into this room, they are in the chantry. Both your targets are meeting with a third man. And Amaris, if you would like to try and follow, you can.
Would love to.
So,
I know this building.
I
want
need-
to be
I
working
need
from, like,
Mir-
a nice balcony.
I need everyone to
window.
give. I need everyone to give me stealth checks.
Ellie, we left.
This is the part that the rogue... This is the part where the rogue forgot that they brought a girl with no dex. So, let's see.
We left.
Oh,
the
actually-
mages and the rogue alone.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yep.
is gonna go great.
15!
So
Nah,
That's
they're,
actually pretty good for me.
Bull just leaves us. Nah, they're fine. They're just killing some Venatori.
Oh,
That's
actually,
it.
I'm smart. Hold on, I'm smart. I cast Pass Without a Trace.
So you get a plus 10 to that. Except for
So I have a
Amaris, because Amaris went a different way.
25!
Mars got a dirty 20. He's fine.
Oh, do I also get?
Yeah,
I think.
I
Oh,
do it
so
for
that's
you.
33.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus
I think she
Christ.
started sneaking. I think she was following him and then immediately was like, I am not stealthy.
Yep.
But so
started, like,
but real quick,
rustling leaves.
Ellie and Ulrich, Bull says it's like, nah, they're just out killing some Venatori. Oh right, shh. This party was meant to lure out the Venatori and kill them. Don't worry. Well, not the whole thing. There's still the whole thing with the
Finger
on-top.
up to his mouth so he could just drink instead of. There we go.
He finishes it in 2 seconds. So anyway, you know the easiest way to kill a Venatori is to just take its head and go.
And no, that's
Sure,
the
as soon
same
as I
way you
learn how to-
kill Darkspawn.
I know.
Sure.
We went to the deep roads to find this thing called a Titan once. That shit was weird, man. And also, they don't make. He points at Orc. Your people don't make tunnels big enough for me and the Inquisitor. It was a hard time. And then we're gonna.
Yeah, I wonder why.
We're going to pan back to the group as Amaris. You see your two targets meeting with a third man. And as you sneak closer and closer, you hear them speaking in Tavine, and you understand that they are planning tonight to assassinate the Divine. And the King of Ferelden. And the Emperor of Orlais.
No, I don't think so. Shan't be happening.
And as you hear them say this, the third man removes his hood, and you do recognize him. The third man is Lucretius Nazari, an Altus-born mage, and Amaris is betrothed. And he just goes, very well, brothers. Brother, sister. Corypheus may have failed, but I have seen the portents. Lusa Khan rises, as does Razikael. Tevinter's glory is upon us again. And as that happens, you guys both see a dagger from the other side of the room in the back of his head, out his mouth. And Bambi, do you take the same opportunity to try to kill the other two?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, roll me to hit with advantage twice.
Okay.
You can have guidance because I'm with you.
Oh,
I will
thank
cast
you.
guidance, so you get a D4 as well.
Oh, thank you.
Well, this is certainly awkward for you, Amiris.
And he's like,
They love somebody else.
but as he's gurgling on his blood, you do notice as you get closer, Bambi, his eyes were glowing red and now they return back to their normal green.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks confused as he chokes on his own blood
Oh,
Mhm.
and
like
falls to the ground dead.
What a shame.
alias.
Anyways, the two daggers. First is a 24 to hit, and the second is an 18.
Mira, you just watch as Bambi just pulls out two daggers and slits their throats, stabs them inside of the head, and they both just... And their eyes don't change. They were fully in control. But you... And Amaris, you also saw that from where you were. The eyes turn back. And I will say something none of you notice is a woman up in the upper rafters, Misty step away.
None of us?
You notice a woman in the upper rafters,
It's the audience.
Misty step away.
I was like, passive perception. Wait.
And
Hold
the
on,
other
this is one thing I'm good at.
and the other dagger that comes up, you just see another crow looks a lot like Zevran flipping his dagger. Oh, Cantori.
Oh, fuck you.
House Deriva sends its regards. Catches the dagger.
Yes. You know, it's not that
Oh.
cool when you say it to someone who's grown up around people saying that the entire time, right?
I thought it
Yes,
was a little
well,
cool.
I was... Oh, thank
No,
you.
Mira,
Thank you,
don't- he's-
thank you, you gorgeous
This guy's an
thing.
asshole.
You also say that, right?
I say the Antivan crows in their regards, but you know, I say it in a different way.
Yes, but here's...
Okay.
Well, I didn't realize they were sending the C... Oh, what is it? The B team? No, the C team out to handle assassinations.
Actually, it's the G team, so I'm going to need you to get that right first.
I'm just kind of here to make sure he doesn't die.
Oh,
Yes, this is my friend. She is lovely.
yes,
do not.
yes, she is.
No, do not look at her like that.
This is too much attention from men today.
Have
Actually,
have some respect. And Bambi like automatically kind of goes to like put his like arm out like to try and be like, no,
don't look at Mira.
Don't look at Mira.
He just goes, pity for your friend Amaris. Seems his little lover turned out to be a Venatori.
I'm sorry. What?
Oh, that man I just killed, that was your friend Amaris' future husband. And now he's dead. Oops.
Did he like him? Do you know?
You know, I feel like maybe, but you know, who can say? You know.
You know, I was only supposed to kill the leader of the Venatori here, that he was the one orchestrating things. But I had the contract for him in particular as well. You know, our deal with Magister Pavus only said that we don't kill Magisters, so... Viago sent me out to clear up some loose ends. You understand, yes? You know... Oh, no, you don't, because you work for Thea. Thea tends to be a little bit more merciful, a little more forgiving.
Oh yeah, you want to go and say that to Viago? Go on, I dare you.
He
Go
knows.
talk shit about Thea to Viago. Do it.
It's not talking shit to say
No,
she
go
is
do it.
to say she is
Who
a
is
kind... To say she is a kind...
So,
Oh, Valerius
Thea-
Deriva, son of... Well, I am of House Deriva, and even Crow, and much better at killing people than dear... What is it you call yourself now? Bambi? Bambino? Catches the knife. If you need a real crow to help you kill some people, Lady Mira, you can always... I'll be around. And then he starts to walk away and he goes...
Good, thank you. I have one.
Just throws his dagger up. He goes, "Hello, Maris. Nice to see you."
Oh no.
Oh shit.
You really should keep better care of your surroundings there. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go collect my rewards. And I'm sure you'll get your portion of our mutual contract.
Oh my god, you suck. Just go away.
No, that's you. You're the one who is a terrible assassin. Catches the dagger and just goes, "Oh, by the way, Lucana says hello, and you were right about him in bed." And then he just continues to walk.
How far away is he?
He's an asshole.
Well, let me... That is a 33 on his stealth check once he hits the shadows. So he's about 30 feet away, but moving quickly. So you can try to like message him or whatever you want to do.
30 feet away. Moving quickly, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I would love for him to make a constitution saving throw of 17 as Amaris psionically casts Blight.
He'll take half damage from that 19 save.
Amazing. Very Bobs.
That escalated quickly.
That's still a 17.
Fine. He will still take 24 points of protect damage. It was a 6th level spell.
Cool. What's your AC?
What is happening?
17.
Do we
He
see
intentionally,
Amaris now?
he intentionally, from the shadows, a dagger just scrapes by your face. Careful, Amaris. I only miss on purpose. And then he...
Count your days.
Ha ha ha. I think you're the one who needs to worry. How... Though, what is it? I don't think you'd like... And this is all, like, just echoing now. I don't think you'd like the whole of the Magisterium to know that you were, getting piped down by the Divine, would you?
I'm sorry, what happened?
Sorry, can you do just a different phrase? That's disgusting.
He's
I don't-
gone. He's gone.
Okay, hold
Everyone's
on.
business. Okay.
I was just supposed to be here in
Yes.
case somebody died.
I am so sorry that you
It's
got
okay.
dragged into that.
Amaris, are you okay?
I am going to kill that man if one of you doesn't do it first.
I need you to not kill that man. Because if you kill that man, they will kill me. And I really don't want to die for a third time, and that time be permanent.
I mean, they'd have to get you when you couldn't be here. I don't want to think about it. What do we do?
Okay, so, right now, I'm going to clean up the bodies. And then...
There's no need for that. Bambi? As a large Kunari walks in, draped in golden armor, missing his left hand.
Or okay.
Oh, Inquisitor!
I
my
think
boss
that-
is here.
Excellent
I love
work.
the idea that Mira has definitely seen him and met him, and it's just like, hi.
Mirrorlin, right?
Correct.
It's a pleasure.
Hello, Hello, Inquisitor.
I am... Well... the only person who doesn't know me by name is Magister Amaris. I am Inquisitor Adar. You're dismissed. I need to chat.
To who?
Amaris.
God? Oh, okay.
I was going to say,
Needs-
you are lucky you're not dismissing Amaris in his own house. This is Dorian.
Yeah.
Hear
Okay.
him quite audibly saying, I need a drink.
And he just goes,
Dash it to cast calm emotions on
Okay.
me.
Mira, shall we go get some
no.
like takeaway food?
No.
Bambi, you are staying
Huh?
right here, Narcissus Cantori.
Oh no.
Mira,
What if I didn't?
Mira, if you could please go grab Ulrich and Commander Cullen for me. And Liliana, too.
And I mean, if you're bringing Ulrich, you might as well bring Ellie, right?
No. Amaris, do give my apologies for the Archon about the subterfuge.
I'm just gonna go.
If
Get...
the
Oh, no.
if the Venatori knew I was here, they probably wouldn't have struck.
So mean.
Bambi is doing like the dramatic like he was holding the hand thing, and then just like,
Oh.
no, don't leave me, please don't leave me, please don't leave me, I don't want to do it.
The Inquisitor has a mechanical hand, just got it on, and then he just
I
moves your hand off of.
Mira very, very, very quickly is like running out, and I like the idea of her running into this place, seeing what's going on with Ulrich, and just being like, I have to borrow this
Oh right,
Inquisition
go talk
person.
to. He just goes, go talk.
And
No,
also-
Bull goes, go talk to the Inquisitor. He's here. Yeah, he's been here.
Right.
I think
Yeah.
Ulrich like spits out his drink when he hears that.
She kind of frantically is looking around, and then like,
Colin!
and she like, at the same time he yells that, has cast message, and it's just like, can you come here, please?
Cullen just hears Bull and sees you, just motions to Liliana, like motions his head, and they walk up. Cullen just grabs Ulrich by the arm.
Sorry,
Oh no.
Oh, and I think I'm supposed to go back too. I'll see you guys in a second. Nice to meet you. I'm sorry. And then she.
Bull just looks at Ellie. Wanna make out?
Okay.
Bull and Ellie start making out. And Amaris, I imagine you walk in angrily.
Angry? Curious. Had sent a very brief message to Bambi walking away, asking him to be gentle with Luke's body, along with an identifying flash of the face, informative of who he was referring to. But he is going to find himself a strong drink or several.
As you go to find your drink, Dorian just slides up next to you. So, how angry are you at me that I didn't tell you the Inquisitor was here?
Angrier still, but it seems it had gone unbeknownst to us, but Luke was Venatori.
Oh, I didn't know that part. It was
I didn't
Luke?
know that part either.
Andraste's clitoris, this is a problem.
Has he ever actually shown any inclination
No,
of an alignment towards Venatori beliefs?
not at all.
His eyes glowed when he passed, as did the two others.
Red?
The red was it blue? Remind me.
It was red, and then they faded back. It was red.
red.
Huh.
Red.
That's happened a few times. Let me. And he just starts drinking with you. Well! And he casts a message to the Inquisitor, letting him know that. And the Inquisitor's just standing there, arms crossed, just looking down at everything on the ground, like all the bodies. And as you walk up, Ulrich. And he smiles.
Mr. Adar.
Oh, no need for that. And he gives you like a little side hug.
Oh,
Mira like shuffles back towards Bambi just in case Bambi is still a little worried
So-
about being alone.
Bambi is still freaking out actively, very quietly, and just like takes Mira's hand.
Ulrich is just like confused at this whole evening's events. He didn't expect any of this for his for this night. So now his big boss
Me
is
either.
right in front of him. So he's just like, okay, where's this going?
We're doing performance evaluations.
Apparently.
He just goes, "Good job, Ulrich. Got Narcissus here safe, so he could fulfill his contract, just like we planned. You had no idea, but
What?
Tetris.
and
Fucking
they go, and
Tetris.
Liliana just goes,
Ulrich has
"Oh,
been
you
a body.
you can't blame Merrick for this one." As Liliana just kind of smiles, "I knew who you were from the beginning, Narcissus Cantori. A dear friend of yours let it slip, but I would have found out easily. You're not very good at hiding who you are from people like me."
I don't
Or
know what
people
you
in
mean. I'm
general.
just a guy. I'm just a regular, normal guy.
Inquisitor Adar just goes, "If you're just a regular guy, then I suppose these dead bodies weren't killed by crow daggers. Oh, look at that. Crow daggers in the neck and on the side of the head. Well, it seems the Deriva left, but that only gives you this." And he hands you a piece of parchment with the Inquisition seal. Opens. It's a notice of deputization into the Inquisition. If you sign it, you will remain an Antivan Crow, but until your work with the Inquisition is done, you answer directly to the Andrastian Chantry, the Divine, and the Inquisitor.
Mira is reading over your shoulder.
And he goes,
I cannot, because
"Welcome to the
Come be
Inquisition."
like-
She very subtly sends message and is reading it in her mind out loud for Ulrich because Ulrich looks like he wants to know what's on the paper.
Well-
Bambi folds it up for now and puts it in a pocket.
Think about it. And he just looks and he just, his body's, "Now, oh, by the way, here's your share of your pay," and he hands you 8,000 gold sovereigns.
Oh, now this is much better. Hey, Mira, do you want some gold?
I do. Thank you.
He gives the entire thing to Mira.
He just goes,
She's just a backup, like, health potion. She's just like, okay.
Oh, it's just straight up like Narcisse has no interest in the gold.
That's so
your
funny.
local healer.
and
Support
He
your
just got
local
indoctrinated
hero.
young. Like, he just does
What
this
is
because this is what he's
8,000
told to do.
sovereigns? What is that?
8,000 sovereigns.
and I have it on good word, and he just kind of winks, that your next contract is where I'm sending Ulrich next, and the rest of your friend group if they wish to go. The Arashok has determined that none of his Antam are going rogue. They're all Talvishoth. He thinks someone within the city is manipulating the Antam against him. Ulrich?
In the community?
Community.
Oh boy.
So,
Ah, boy.
as a formal request from the Inquisitor, I have asked all of your nation's leaders to send you all. Warden Kuslin has agreed to send Elara, I think her name is.
Alara.
Mira,
Yep, she's the one.
I would request it heavily. Just a favor to a friend to join them.
I am fairly certain that they would die if I did not.
Looks
And
at
I
me,
like them. So,
but you'll be leaving in 2 days. Plenty of time for people to hang out and have some fun, some plans. And he like side eyes Mira, because like Cullen just turns red and just starts and he goes. And Narcissus, you have been recruited on behalf of Caterina Della Morte.
recruited.
Oh.
Katerina is insisting you join, as your new target may be there. In 2 days' time, you two will be your group, along with Magister Amaris, who is being, well,
It's not Narcisse, by the way. Katarina just does not use the right name.
Narcisse.
Narcisse.
Got it. Bambi. And Magister Amaris will be joining you as an envoy of the Tevinter Imperium, ordered by the Archon. In 2 days' time, your little group will leave for Parvalin.
Oh, yay.
Ulrich?
We'll be using your money to buy health potions.
Ulrich.
He says that and looks incredibly tired immediately. Just like, oh.
Ulrich, I have Cullen on other matters. You'll be... From then on, he tosses you a sending stone. You'll be taking your orders directly from me, Ulrich. Congratulations, Lieutenant Commander. You just got promoted.
This is Gappy's face. Ulrich is stoic.
That's so exciting, I think.
Thank you, Inquisitor. Great honor.
Is this the rank they start killing you at if you fuck up?
I don't think
You
that's
You
normal.
get demoted if you fuck up.
I don't.
I don't understand this. Carry on.
There's no murder. There's no murder when you fuck up. I hope
Most
not,
people-
at least.
I don't.
Well,
Inquisitor?
No. Well, thanks to your little distraction, and he, like, gestures behind the chantry, and there are dozens of dead Venatori.
Oh,
Jesus.
Thanks to you guys taking out these 3, we were able to kill the rest while they waited for orders that never came.
that's okay. Right.
Wow.
There have also been signs of Darkspawn showing up, and at this point, Ellie gets led out by Einar Kuzlin, and Ellie's like, a little drunk.
Little drink, little red in the face.
This is her. This is your warden that's joining the group. Right.
What? Ellie, we're all going on another sanctioned adventure together.
Well,
Again.
that sounds like a good time. Where are we
2
going?
days.
Parvalin.
Parvalin.
You'll be traveling with the Aeroshock. You'll be traveling with the Aeroshock.
Say what now?
Oh, Stan.
At this point, the Aeroshock stands behind Ellie. Goes, "My name is the Aeroshock. You do not call me my
Hello.
prior name."
Oh, hello. That is a very big man.
He is like a whole head taller than Bull and the Inquisitor, and he is twice.
Way up.
He is twice as muscular too. He just
I
spend your next 2 days preparing well,
please everybody buy potions.
and if
I
and
have
then
no money.
I have your money.
Yes.
and then
I'm going to have to do this. I have plans.
Einar
She's fully like, I have plans.
Einar slides Ellie a coin purse full of 1,000 gold sovereigns,
Jesus.
and then
Yeah,
Cullen gives Ulrich 500 sovereigns.
The Inquisition on a budget.
Yeah.
Well, the Inquisitor just paid Mira, I guess, 8,000 gold.
She's like, sure. I didn't do anything, but sure.
So as all these conversations are happening, you see the Inquisition agents poking around at the dead bodies, including and Amaris. At this point, Dorian is leading you back in with your drink. So, about that, the Archon has volunteered you to join your same group of adventurers, and the Aeroshock. You're going to Cunedar.
I think when Amaris walks in, immediately Mira sends a message and is like, actually, everybody is being voluntold. And I'm really sorry, and if you need to talk, I'm here. That's all she says.
You see Amaris come in with a glass in hand, and when Dorian relays the news, he just finishes the glass and puts it back on a serving platter, and rather than taking another full glass, he takes a bottle off the tray instead. I see.
I'm your direct contact for it, though, and then when you're done there, you come back to Minrathous, and before you leave, I'll introduce you to those friends that, the Divine was talking about.
Yes, you do have the most delightful friends, very good at parties, Dorian.
Oh, you can thank thank Vali here, and Valdrosadar just goes, in front of everyone, Dorian is like, well, it's not my fault you've married to the divine. You don't get a lot of time for friendship anymore. He's not married. Oh, right. She can't get married. Sad. And he pats him on the arm and walks away. And that's when the Inquisitor goes, thank you, Dorian. Right. Magister Amaris, I understand you knew one of the Venatori leaders.
What's I did?
First time Ulrich's
Oh,
hearing
sure. At this point, I want mess these past 2 nights. He takes a swig of the bottle.
Right.
If I seem compelled in any way to any of you,
See.
Can I do a retroactive Arcana check to see if Mira noticed?
I would love to assist that if possible.
Yes.
Give you
Can I do that?
advantage.
Yes.
Think.
We'll just say you're seeing if there's any lingering spell presence.
22.
There is a lingering bit of a dominate person spell.
I think that the way that looks, if Mira's doing it, trying to like recall and do that, is it's almost like it looks like there are like flowers that are growing like where that body has laid, and then like they glow with magic and then they fade back in and die. And she goes, there looks like there might have been a dominate person spell. Sort of like, usually blood magic is the only way that you can kind of get into somebody's brain like that.
The Inquisitor just looks, Dorian, is this her? Unfortunately, blood mage, name of Aelia.
Kissed her earlier.
You what?
I was trying to kill her. That's why I ate flower. It's a long story.
And then he looks again and
Those
goes,
aren't poisonous enough by themselves to... Okay.
he goes, Dorian. There he goes, I'll get my detective on it. Tell her to have her Templar friend help. And that's how Nev's gonna have her tragic backstory.
Oh, whoa.
God, I see you.
Right. Well, if any of you need me, talk to Cullen. And then he just walks by Cullen and goes, don't talk to Cullen, Inquisitor! And then Inquisitor just goes, I'm kidding. If you need me, talk to Dorian. And Dorian goes, well, he's not wrong. And Dorian sachets away. Cullen just stands
Mira?
there. Oh,
Yes?
there's going to be a Cullen Mira moment
What?
real quick. Just a quick one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Cullen's going to walk up to Mira, and then he's just going to like lean over and he goes, well, at least we'll still have time for our date tomorrow, if you're still...
Yeah. Do you want to get food and then I need to buy things so my friends don't die?
Shopping trip and then food. Sounds good to me.
Sure.
I'll pick you up at
I'm staying here.
I'll pick you up
so-
at Dorian's house then.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see you tomorrow. And he picks your hand up and gives it a kiss and then just walks away. And
Her face is entirely red.
your whole party's probably
Night
staring.
Commander.
Your whole party except probably Amaris is staring at you right now. I would say.
Have a good night, Commander.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander. That's gonna take some getting used to.
You're telling me.
You know that means you are my direct subordinate, and that means you're in charge of all of my soldiers.
I started out as a scout. How did I get to this?
I think and she is like very now well aware after Ulrich talking to Cullen, her being like, everybody saw that, and then she immediately turns to Bambi and is like, did you need something?
You know, going to ask if you wanted to go get some food, because this has been one hell of a night, but now it feels a bit weird because you're going to do that
I
with
haven't
Cullen,
eaten-
but like not
look-
a date way, you know what I mean?
N-
Just getting some...
Oh, no, we should
Yeah.
eat. I haven't eaten
Yeah.
anything.
Neither have I.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that. Did anybody else eat? Did everyone eat? Is everyone okay? Does anyone need healing?
Does anyone
It's
need
like-
bread?
She is like, quite literally just has now a list of questions.
Amaris, you do notice on your Expanse's dead body there is a pin in the shape of 2 wings with a little red button on it.
Mars is going to ignore his question for a moment as he leans down and intervene. He does not know if he'll be there when the creature is laid to rest. He says, "Light shall lead you to safety, through the paths of this world and into the next. You who trust the Maker, fire is your water. The moth sees light and goes toward flame. You should see fire and go towards light. Veil holds no uncertainty for you. You will feel no fear of death, but the Maker shall be your beacon and your shield, foundation, and your sword. And this is a chant for the departed. Transfigurations 10:1. Take on that." He is going to just unpin that pin.
Do you need time to yourself, Marcus?
Oh,
You need to get drunk.
That's an option.
I think it would be better to break bread and have wine with company of those who know I can trust and remain here
So
for the time being.
We can all go get food then.
Yeah.
I'll join you.
And as your little party goes to get food, we're going to close there. And next episode, everyone will get a long rest, and it'll be the morning. And we will move into the next day and the aftermath of everything that happened here. Much less cameos, because most of these people are going back home. I know most of them were like 1 line of dialogue cameos, but I was having fun. Also, I will say, they did not come to peace terms, so the only 2 nations that came to peace terms were the Imperium and Antiva. Ferelden and Orlais did not. The Kunari and Tevinter did not. Oh, and the Kunari and Antiva did, according to the Arashock.
Really? I'm shocked at that revelation. How surprising at that turn.
And you guys didn't get to see it, but King Alistair and Emperor Gaspard got into a fist fight that had to be broken
As
up.
they should.
That had to be broken up.
I love
by,
that.
That had to be broken up by the Arashock, who waited a good long while and was like, "Alistair, you've gone soft. Hit him harder."
Love that for him.
But, so next session, you guys will get to do individual things and things as a group, and Mira gets to go on her date with Cullen.
We get our shopping session.
And
Shopping!
You guys get to go shopping, and then you guys get to all meet with the Arashock. And I will say, last thing that has is, as everything walks away, Einar grabs Ellie. Word of advice. Or no, Liliana grabs Ellie. Word of advice. If you want to get the Arashock on your side, buy him cookies.
And I think
I
one more
remember
last
Anna
thing.
saying something
And she
about
said that she said that loud enough for everyone to hear, and like looks at your group. The
Love that.
Arashock loves cookies. And what do you have?
Likes the almond ones, I think.
What do you got, Bambi?
Because is Cullen still in there?
Cullen walked away after.
Walked away. Like, is
being-
he still within sightline?
Yeah.
Okay, so because Bambi's a little shit, he's gonna put his arm over Mira's shoulder because he's gonna stir some things.
Okay.
Because it's just friendly, but
Yeah.
he's just like, I just want
Mira's
to.
oblivious.
Yeah,
Mira's happy to have a friend.
yeah.
So
And Bambi's happy to have a friend. He's just like, I just think this would be a little bit funny.
Cullen doesn't even pay attention. He had a good night, and he's just like kind of like staring off into space as he walks away. And
Loud night, baby.
he's gonna go home and pet his dog.
fair.
Hell, yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something. I'm not gonna say it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it sounded bad.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. On the next episode, we will kind of decompress what happened tonight, because a lot happened tonight. And
Lot.
everyone will get to move on, do their things. Maybe Ellie will get to hook up with Iron Bull. Who knows?
Who knows? Ride the bull.
Just every Kunari, Ellie's gonna try.
More.
Ellie's gonna try it.
Fallen.
Yeah. Oh God, there's gonna Kunari everywhere. And you might have to make a stop in Saharon to quell some fighting. We'll see.
fun.
We'll see. I might have to roll for that. But anyway, that'll be next time, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this very cameo-heavy session of Dragon Age Call of the Cune. This is the most cameo-heavy session we're going to have because it was like big ball with all of the important people. And sadly, there will be no Morrigan cameo for this campaign. But we will see you all. We will see there. No, there can't be a Kieran one. He's not old enough. But anyway, we will see you guys on the next session of Dragon Age.